Time to warm up the dice. Prepare the snacks. Will there be safe passage or brutal attacks? The players come from everywhere on Lantern Noir. Elves, dwarves, giants, and dragons is what you are. So pull up a chair. Get ready for the next campaign. It'll be a hell of a lot more fun than sitting in the rain. For the next 5 hours, time is gonna move a lot faster. Thanks to your imagination and your fabulous dungeon master. Lantern Noir presents.
For me?
Rob, is that a new mic? Yeah, for you. Is that a new mic?
No, that's the mic I usually use. As we officially go live.
It's coming through really clear.
Thank you.
How do I send folks to find us online?
Can send you the link right now. Actually, I'll put it in the Zoom chat. If you would like to invite more people to hang out with us.
Yep, I'm going to.
Copy. I should have done that before we started. Because we are up and running. It is a Saturday night. I don't normally play D&D on Saturday nights, but I got real lucky in that I got these amazing people together. And when we had to cancel last week, we all said, well, we all want to get together and play, so let's just do it on Saturday instead. And so I got an opportunity to get everybody together. By way of introduction, I'll let each of you introduce yourselves and the character from our pre-gen table that you picked up for yourself. And as an additional assignment, because that's what we teachers do, is why? Like, don't say who you are, but what made you go, yes, that one? And so we'll, out of sheer loyalty to the fellow teacher at the table, I'm going to ask her to go last. Tiff, why don't you start us off? You were the first to come in tonight, so you're up.
I'm Tiff, and I already forgot what I was supposed to say. I am Saffron Von Ping, the young upstart. I am the bard. And I picked it because I can really torture people by playing bagpipes. I actually came down to that one and another one, but I thought the sea touch, but I thought to do it justice. I figured I'd have to be in the right mood, and that was a little more iffy. Whereas comical and vaguely bad musical, I can do that anytime. So I figured that was pretty good. So can't remember if I was supposed to say anything else. I've totally forgotten already because teacher pressure.
All right, Matthew, who are you playing tonight? Or introduce yourself first, and then tell us who you're playing tonight.
I'm Matthew. I'm from Northern Indiana, and I'm playing Captain Brigganra with a silent Q that I did not place in the name chat. I was looking through the names, and I almost picked another one, but I realized I was going to have to be an elf or a halfling or something, and I thought, no, I really want to be a human. So I chose Warlock, but Sea Touched especially spoke to me because there is a call to the sea. When you look out over that great expanse of water, it is a majestic, incredible experience. And I don't mean Lake Michigan. I do mean the Atlantic or the Pacific. The salt salinated water in particular, with its deep sea call. And so I have a sense that I could understand what it might mean to be sea touched and just a little on the eccentric side. So, and as I look around and realize I may be the only one who dressed up for the occasion, I might have picked the right character being sea touched. By the end of this game, you might think I am somewhat touched. So we'll find out.
Sounds good. Trevor?
So my name is Trevor, and I'll be playing Jector Kishi, the duelist. Really a man with no direction, just loving life, enjoying the challenge, the waves, the spray of the sea, or the snow, depending on where you are right now. So it just seemed like a just a good, generic, hearty pirate to play. So I was cool with it.
Sweet. All right, Michelle, can't put it off anymore. You do have to go.
All right, I'm Michelle, and I am playing Priya the Rogue. I chose the Rogue just because I like being sneaky, and I fancy myself to be a bit dexterous.
Cool. and the rogue is the ship's topsman, which I have been unable to find a gender neutral term for the people that work the tops of a sailing ship. So on top of being a rogue, Pyra is also experienced with being 50 feet up, standing on this thick piece of wood while tying knots. So she definitely has something going for her. Well, and then, of course, I'm Rob, also known as Lantern Noir when I'm streaming, and I have the exciting opportunity to put this together for tonight. And hopefully we all have a great time. Do you have any questions for me before we get into the game proper? Okay, one more thing. As a safety thing, if the game ever takes a funky turn and you're starting to get a little bit nervous about it, there's a couple of things we can do. The easiest is to use the Zoom chat to type an exclamation point. And that will cue to me that things are starting to go into a gray area that you might want to either skip ahead or call a timeout. If you send 3 or more, then we will actually shut everything down for a few minutes, take a breather, come back, collect ourselves, and see what's going on. But that's always an option there. If you think you need it, don't be afraid to use it, because we're here to have a good time. We're not here to we're only here to scar the characters, not ourselves. So that's the only scars we should gain after the evening. Okay, so you've selected one of 4 pirates. How is it that you 4 found yourselves where you have? At the Swan's Fury of all places. Well, it's been a phenomenal several weeks at sea. Trade was good. Cargo was delivered on time. There was that one minor bit of piracy, but technically, if there are no witnesses, it's not really a crime. So, your ship found itself over time moving deeper and deeper through a fog. And when you finally made port at this location, which you had not previously charted, your captain decided it was high time to retire. He took his share quite comfortably, took a job working something in logistics somewhere, and announced to the crew that the ship had been sold.
Oh, time and time out. You said he took his share quite comfortably. Does this mean like greater than his share?
No, he did not stiff you.
Okay.
He did take, 2.5 shares as captain, but that's not unheard of.
Okay.
And the last you saw, he was signing a contract to work logistics in the upper town of the sprawling sea city that you have found yourself in by the name of Storm's End. Unfortunately, the new owners of the ship have no intention of putting it to sea anytime soon, and your services are no longer needed. Which puts Captain Brachach in the unusual spot, because now everyone's not really sure. When you were at sea, him calling himself the captain was, well, he's the warlock. He speaks to the dark ones beneath the waves. You kind of let him call himself that, because you don't anger the dark ones beneath the seas. But it was at his suggestion that you head out, get yourself something to drink, and enjoy an evening of opportunity. And thus the 4 find yourselves at the Swan's Fury Tavern in the Lower District. You've had the opportunity to have a couple of ales. It's a decent night. No music at hand at the moment. But
I can fix that.
how long do you wait before you head over there?
Oh, 5, 6 whole seconds? I don't know.
And which
Do we have a table to dump the other stuff? You know.
yeah, so grab the table, put your stuff down. Which instrument are you actually going to walk next to the fireplace and strike up?
Lute, because this is an intimate space, and the bagpipe is really for the majesty of the sea. Or later on when people are drunk more and won't kill me.
Less likely to hit you. And
Less likely to hit me.
less likely to hit. Thank you, Nebula, for that, by the way. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. You now, as a party, have 1, 2, 3 rerolls in the bank and up to +4 to any given, to spread out among rolls as needed.
Throughout the evening.
Yeah, you'll get more. But
Okay, so sorry.
No, go.
Just a couple of questions, if that's okay. So we don't have a ship. We're on the lower district at the Swan's Fury. Outside of any money we have on our personage, we are penniless. Is that correct? Okay. So pretty much what we own is what we have on us, and that's it.
You have your sterling reputation.
Sure I do. Okay. I just wanted to be clear on this. All right, we're cool. All right, moving on.
You have grand scheme. You probably could afford a room in a tavern for a few weeks if you needed to. You could rent a room in an inn while between jobs. You're going to have to get some work eventually. But yeah, you're not putting to sea anytime soon. More importantly, who has the rum? Oh,
I'm checking my backpack. I don't.
everyone's checking. I don't think
Pretty sure it's not me.
You don't start with the rum.
I'm also trying to figure out where the money is on this chart.
Oh, you got enough. Unless you're intending to walk uptown and buy yourself a Holy Avenger.
I like it already. I don't know.
I want to say it's under equipment somewhere.
I think
I'm sure
it's
it
under
is.
equipment.
Oh, it's under currency. Equipment at the very top. Wait, keep sliding to the right. You'll see current currency. Dagon
Equipment
has it.
feature-
Dagon always has it.
Equipment, features and traits.
Yep. Click on equipment.
Equipment,
You don't have a lot.
inventory, other possessions. There is no currency for me. I am penniless.
That doesn't seem right. Let me double check before we get too deep into this.
Sorry, unless I'm getting up off base.
Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with wanting to know what's in your pocket. That's how Bilbo got out of a very tight spot.
I mean, that's okay if I have no money. That's a solvable problem.
That's nope. You've got 10 silver pieces. It's under hit equip. Just hit the equipment tab next to actions, and then just immediately look to your right on the screen.
I see it. Okay, I'm an idiot.
No problem.
All right, got it.
And you're not. You're
Got it.
figuring it out. So
Yep. Okay.
Saffron immediately cuts out to a spot, whips out her lute, and starts. Okay, so I need some context here. First, what's everyone else doing in this moment? Because I'm not even getting a chance to finish the exposition before y'all are diving in.
Sorry.
No, that's good. I want to know what everyone's plan is the minute they see Saffron go, ooh, I got this, and take 2 quick strides off to the side to kind of whip things up.
So my plan, being a trusty friend of Saffron and us being penniless, is I am going to scan the audience, and anyone who looks like they're having a good time and who has money and is kind of has a little bit less of a backbone, I will politely ask them for a donation for her.
Okay, so Jector's immediately sizing up the crowd to shake him down.
Yeah.
I slide my chair into the shadows and just kind of blend in the background. I'm also kind of scanning the crowd, seeing who might have money that I might want to pickpocket later.
Yeah, mine's about using intimidation, not like violence, but like you want to donate to this very talented person, right? Because you're enjoying the music, right? But you got to be careful. You really got to kind of, pick your battles on that one. And there's no reason to be overly mean.
Right. Well, you don't want to.
It's a nuance. It's a nuance.
And
Get the audience.
what is our displaced captain doing?
I'm looking for a my own currency in my inventory.
Oh, let's see. I can.
Discovered that I
It
have
looks like it looks like an hourglass on the right hand side. So you'll see it. It's like right at the equipment. It's like looks like a gold or silverish kind of hourglass, and it has a little number next to it.
If you see
Mouse-
the word notes and the word extras, it's right underneath that.
If you click on the equipment tab.
If you click on the
Oh, there it is. Oh, hang on. Oh, yes, there's 10. Okay, I've got 10 silver pieces, I think.
yes.
And I've discovered I have a pet mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what's his name?
Pressure.
Mousy. I have 10 gold pieces, actually. No, 10 silver pieces. It just
Yeah, I thought the same thing too. It was a dashed hope for a moment. I understand.
Yeah, the mouse is Beauregard, actually.
Beauregard.
Beauregard. It's the name of one of the deep sea dark spirits.
Loosely
That rest-
translated.
Loosely translated.
Loosely
It means
translated.
Beelzebub.
Yee. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm watching what the others are doing right now.
Finding a nice quiet spot. So it
And
sounds
then
like you guys walked in and went poof. The classic spread out will do more damage that way.
That.
Cool. Okay, so Tiff, I need to know, as Saffron strikes up some chords, what direction are you going with this musically? Are we about to be treated to give me a key and a time signature?
Oh, shit. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. All right. So I wrote a song. That's probably not great, but I wrote one. We'll see. So I thought I would start with something, a little bouncy, a little jig-like.
Okay.
Get everybody excited. It's early in the night. We're first here. We're gonna start with some excitement, and then we'll slow down a little bit. So it's very not quite dun, but kind of that goofiness.
The floor is yours. I'm waiting with bated breath.
Okay, so strike some chords. Ting. The captain is wily and slightly touched with his spelling. At least we know. Priya swings high o'er the deep, tying knots. Don't cross her. She's also very short. Decker is mighty and quick on his feet. Beware where he'll take off your head. We're able and awesome and also for hire. I can finish it. So I'll just kind of continue in that kind of a vein for a little bit,
So kind
Slight
of
hints that we like beer.
a tales of your deeds. It sounds like you're going for.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with introduce ourselves. We're out of work. We're fresh into town. We're the crew you want, and you didn't know it. But here we are.
That works.
So
Cool.
I'm gonna go with some stuff like that.
Give me your performance test.
Okay, let's see. A 12.
Hey,
I
that you didn't embarrass yourself.
Well, it's always good to get that out of the way early on. Very early on. Tuning up.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good. First song is always a throwaway. Always.
Fair enough. And to be fair, Trevor, if you want to roll Jector's intimidation
Okay.
or persuasion, I'll let you decide.
We're gonna, we'll go with intimidation. But again, I'm not threatening anyone's life. Let's be clear on that. 16.
I only hinted at it in the song.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, that's solid. It does not take a lot of effort, but within a few moments, the barmaid has put down a tray in front of the captain and told him that these have been paid for by a young couple that Jector has just gotten up and walked away from. It's hard to tell how much of that was fear for his life or wanting to impress the young lady he's with, but your first round is paid for.
What do we have in our cups?
Standard ale. unless you want to ask for something stronger.
No, man. I mean, beggars can't be choosers at this point. Let's see how the night goes and how much we drink, and then maybe I'll get more demanding.
Start leaning in on everybody. All right. So the music
really was hoping for cash, but alcohol works.
I hold my glass and don't drink yet.
Yeah, I will. I'll actually just hold it up to this couple. Just take a big swig, and let the young gentleman know we appreciate his efforts, and maybe he'll feel like he's being more impressive or something.
There you go.
Okay. That'll work. All right. You have an opportunity to do a little bit more to take in some more of the evening, continue to kind of appreciate the community that seems to be here. It's a solid, again, as the evening wears on, more people start to fill in. Seats become harder to find as it becomes slightly more and more crowded. You've had a couple more rounds. Saffron's music is definitely entertaining. She's even at one point has shifted to the bagpipes.
Oh yeah, of course. I want to throw a little prestidigitation in there so it sounds like there's maybe some other instruments going on around behind.
So maybe does the captain wear like a big hat with a big feather?
Oh yeah.
And the captain needs to put that out and ask for donations for his fine young crewmate. Let's see what we get. This is just my recommendation.
Take my fine hat off my head.
Yeah, but the feather adds the flair. It adds the flair. I mean,
it's a very special ostrich feather, but circumstances being what they are, it'll probably earn more that way than on my head. So I do offer my hat around for inviting donations of a larger scale.
Fair enough. Let's see how that goes. Saffron, can we get another performance test out of you?
Heck yeah.
And see if we update that.
You need something for prestidigitation too, or not? Oh, 15.
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah.
I was just looking at that and thinking, waiting for a crescendo towards the end of the night, looking at my own minor illusions possibility.
Oh, we can totally just. It can be like you guys recognize like stuff I played on the ship before, so you know how this is gonna end.
She's making the working songs sound like they're performance pieces.
And how much is the crowd into it right now?
The crowd is not. Well, that depends. With a 15, the crowd is pleasantly enthused, but not exactly like ripping the roof off. I would also point out now, thanks to Sonic, you are sitting on 4 rerolls. I don't know how badly you want to impress the crowd this early on, but just to let you know, the rerolls are stacking up in your favor.
Oh, that's very cool.
Which I feel bad for Nebula because everyone that's here tonight is probably going to come tomorrow night again, and there won't be any child points left to give them any rerolls because you're going to eat them all up.
Probably.
Hey man, first to the trough. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, should I try re-rolling and see if I get a better performance? That helps out.
What's your bonus? Just out of curiosity.
5.
Yeah.
I rolled really poorly.
Yeah. I vote that you try again.
All right, let's try another performance.
Okay, we'll take that one off the list.
Oh.
Wow.
See, this is no. Sometimes the dice don't like me.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll
hey, it's part of the game.
We'll keep the 15. They are thoroughly enthused. Excuse me. You've made a small amount of coin, mostly in coppers. This is not a wealthy part of town. Things are going incredibly well, though. The stage magic is working its bit around the instruments. People are starting to sing along. Things are going fairly solidly. The night continues to wear on. The crowd starts to thin out as people make their way home, get some sleep. The barkeep is rapidly approaching last call. And you can see that the staff is starting to look tired. You have not had to pay for a drink yet. And if the barkeep can't tell you who paid for it, it's on him. because it's keeping the crowd coming. Sometime around 2-ish, you might argue, a couple hours after midnight. One thing catches you. You have yet to see a member of the town guard pop in. No one in a uniform. No one has come knocking on the door to say, to check on everyone. It's been an interesting evening in that sense. Word's gotten out that you're here, but there hasn't been anyone to come by to certify or to tell the barkeep it's time to start to wrap things up. Everyone's kind of just doing their own thing. A couple hours after midnight, as I said, tavern's starting to look about like you found it. It's thinning out. People are tired. People are becoming more quiet, more subdued. The barkeep does call last call. Brings you over a couple of bowls of stew, stack of ale. Nice. Rubs his hands on his apron before offering one up to the bard in thanks for the evening's performances. Asks how long you plan to be in town for.
Oh, that is up to the fates, as they say. We're newly in town, and glad we could help out. Thank you for this lovely smelling stew. This excellent. So, we don't know of anybody looking for crew, do you? Or
oh, so that weren't just stories you was telling.
I never tell made-up stories, except for a little enhancement. No, those were all true.
And
all true.
All true. Right. Well, I could ask around in the morning for you, but, if you're here again tomorrow night, I can guarantee that we could definitely use the patronage that we got from you.
Well, if nothing else changes, I don't think it will at this point. Tomorrow night sounds good. Same chair.
He picks up the tray and starts to head back to the bar when the door to the tavern is thrown open. Suddenly, a young woman in noble dress staggers into the bar.
Staggers. Okay.
You can tell that at one time the gown was incredibly well made. You can see bits of gold filigree along the cuffs. It's a combination of silks and satins. She's wearing a riding jacket over it that is shredded along the sleeves and the back. She stumbles in, staggers a few feet toward the table where you're sitting, looks up at the captain, and gasps, "Don't let them get me," and then collapses.
Put down my soup and go over to see how she is.
I'm gonna finish my soup because I think I'm gonna need it before this night's out.
Smack around the cheeks a little bit. That's how you revive people, right? Or a little ale.
Is she revivable?
She's not heavily wounded, but she is clearly exhausted. She looks like she's been running or riding hard for some time.
I offer her some ale.
I offer her some stew.
She is currently not awake.
The door's still open?
Door is still open.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up quietly and slowly and walk over and very calmly close the door.
Good move.
I'm going to see if we can move her from the floor to a bench or some place that's also a little more hidden in the room.
Hidden, or just like out of the way hidden?
Out of the way. Not in direct line of sight of the door.
Okay. That's not a problem. You could easily move over to by the fire, behind a couple of tables, set up a couple of chairs like a makeshift couch. Lay her to rest on that.
I'm going to walk over to the door and kind of stand in the shadows right behind it, just in case anybody comes in. I'm ready.
This is your thing.
I'm gonna do a healing word on her. Well, she's not that hurt, is she? Just more stunned.
Before you, is that a cantrip or is that a first level spell slot?
I think it might be a first level spell, so never mind.
I will.
Can't quite tell.
Actual spells are for the party. Come on.
I know. I think it's a spell, so never mind. I'll go get some warm water and a cloth from the waitress.
Actually, you should have all those. Yeah. That said, it's not so much wounds that have dropped her as it is that she is well past the point of needing a long rest.
Does the Swan's Fury have rooms upstairs?
It does.
I was going to say someone with maybe some more persuasion and kindness should ask the tavern keeper if we could maybe rent a room here for the evening.
I'll go ask. See if we can get a room or two.
Okay.
I mean, we earned some coppers. It may be enough to buy a room for the night.
Well,
If
you guys are willing to
brought in
stay, he was more than happy to put you up for the night if it's a guarantee you'll be there the next night.
I think we can make that guarantee for one more night.
He made at least one night's room rental off you tonight and just increase business.
We can do that.
Yeah, you and the barkeep have a chance to talk. Pyrrhus standing by the door looking nervous or confident or a mix of both. Jector, let's see, the captain is tending to the girl. Where is Jector? Where exactly did he end up?
Well, Jector closed the door and then walked back and just standing next to the bar while she's talking to the innkeeper. I mean, I'm a jovial man, laugh a lot. You know, I'm not charming by any degree versus the bard or anyone, but there's no reason not to get along with everyone. So no, at this point I'm standing over kind of next to Saffron while she's talking to the innkeeper.
Okay.
And which I'm assuming is pretty near the captain while we have everyone while they have the girl down on the ground till we can get this room situation sorted out.
That works for me. As you cut across to the bar, and the bar keeps nodding along with Saffron to make the arrangements for the room for the night, and talking to the girl to go to prep it. The door slams open a second time, and this time instead of people kind of glancing nervously, there's a bit of horror that passes through the tavern, as the man who walks through does not resemble a man in anything other than shape. He's tall, broad-shouldered, and where a man's head would be, he has the head of a hyena. If you've traveled inland at all, you might have encountered a gnoll before. But you can tell from the looks of most of the patrons that this is something unheard of. He takes one step in and sniffs the air.
Have we come across them before?
The race or the individual?
The race.
Possibly. They're generally known as relatively savage hunters, at least according to the stories. And they have featured into some of the more fanciful ones that Saffron has spun while at sea. So.
If I wasn't already, I'd like to be stealthed.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that. I kind of assumed. You're pretty hidden. Here's the good news. He takes a few sniffs of the air and turns over his shoulder and growls out, "She's in here." He strides twice into the room. And you also notice that he's not wearing boots, but his legs actually end in claws. And he looks as though he'd be just as comfortable running on all fours as he is walking. Of course, Walking allows him the ability to carry his axe, which he is
Two-handed.
more than happy to have handy. I'm just double checking right now. Oh, that's what he has. Not what I would have expected. I'll take it. No, actually, he's leaning on a spear as he walks in.
Not such a great weapon for fighting inside, but okay.
Wasn't planning on it.
As he comes in, I'm gonna go, oh, you guys missed the music. Oh man, we must have closed too early. I'm so come back tomorrow. I got a fresh gig. You're gonna love it. Fantastic. And you know what? The barkeep has been working on a new soup recipe. Fantastic. Oh, so good. So good. Oh, better than you've ever tried.
You've completely captured his attention as he comes in and looks you over. Let me get you a set of numbers. He's flanked by 4 other people.
Oh, that's not good.
All humans.
Souls? Humans. Okay.
Yeah, all humans and at least a head shorter than him, which means they're about your size.
Are they deferring to him?
Yes.
Are they all dressed the same or dressed similarly or similar colors or something like that?
They're all dressed in 3 of them are dressed in a leather jerkin that looks like it's seen better days. They're not really a uniform. And then the 4th one is wearing some kind of robes.
What is the source of light in the room?
The current light sources would be the fireplace, the 3 chandeliers, and several wall candles. They have not yet lowered the chandeliers to put the candles out yet. That would be the last thing they do before they send you up to your rooms. Suddenly curious as to what you're thinking. But we'll see. He growls at Saffron.
Oh, I know. You've traveled far, haven't you? Well, I'm sure if I asked really nicely, the barkeep might still have some soup. Is soup? 5 soups? No? Okay. Not soup. I get it. No problem. Look, anyway, I'm gonna try and just move towards them and see if I can maybe push them towards the door just with the shock value.
I'm gonna stand next to her and walk with her.
We'll make a little united front.
If I'm sitting with the rich tattered young woman who came in, and I'm looking to see if there's anything she has on her of value that they might be looking for besides her.
Bluey, okay?
What?
We're gonna watch Bluey,
Okay.
and then we'll come
Okay.
in before or after.
She has a couple of. She has a small
Whatever you
purse
feel is best.
strapped onto her belt.
Okay, how about before you brush?
It has probably a dozen silver pieces in it. The inside of her coat also has a few more coins. She is not, despite what she is wearing, she is not carrying anything of great value.
Okay.
She looks like wherever she fled, she must have fled in a hurry.
So she's the great value. She's the value, not what she has.
The knoll bends down so that he can look Saffron in the eye, which means he's about, he's almost half over to make eye contact with you. And he just takes a deep smell.
Can I throw a little prestidigitation to bring like the soup smell waft into his nostrils? I don't know if I know what he's doing. So try and bring some of the tavern smells in to confuse the issue. Because we've come across gnolls before, it sounds like, so I might have an idea of he's trying to get my scent, so I can mix him up a bit.
Okay. I would love
Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
go ahead. What are you going to add to that?
No, I'm just standing. At this point, I have my hands resting on my weapons, but I'm not pulling anything. There's no need for that. But yeah, I'm staying close to Saffron while she's doing what she's doing, but not in her way. Just enough in case this gets ugly.
Okay, Saffron, go ahead and throw me a deception check.
20. Not a natural, sadly, but a 20.
We'll take a 20.
You rolled well.
Yeah, that's definitely a solid roll on that. He kind of like stands up quickly as all he smells. And you can tell he's like surprised at what he's smelling. He says, soup. I know she came in here. He turns to one of his compatriots. You saw her come in here. And the young man, nods quickly. Absolutely. She can't be far. And he looks around. The knoll turns, looks around, spread out. And they all start to, fan out into the space. He's still relatively close to the door with the small wall in front of him, but the other 3 are starting to move out into the room.
So he's staying relatively close to the door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, well, I'm not going to stay near him because I know that Priya's near the door, so she can deal with that problem if it decides to become a problem. I'm just going to kind of stand in the middle of the room and stay away from the captain. Just kind of watch to see if anybody gets a little too close to the captain and the bonny lass.
I'm gonna keep trying to talk to him. Oh, what are you in for then? And what are you doing? Oh, you saw a person? The last person left just a few minutes ago. Maybe they got caught up in the crowd. Just trying to fast talk him to keep his attention on me.
Okay. He glances down at you again and leans down a second time. She's dangerous. Her kind should not be suffered to walk the earth. You best get out of our way.
Oh, you know about Maria too. Oh my gosh, I know. She's terrible. Look, we kicked her out earlier. She wasn't behaving just a few minutes ago, like you just missed her. Probably where you thought with the door. Anyway, yeah, I know, right? Who would have thought a seamstress would be such a troublemaker? They are.
It's not the seamstress. We're looking for the little noble girl. That's what she presents as. But Mark, she is dark. If she's here, you'd best hand her over to us now.
Nobles. Hey, Jector, we haven't seen any nobles today, have we? There haven't been any nobles in here.
No, I haven't seen Naya Noble come down to the lower district tonight. But I who's us? Who is the us? I asked
That's
him.
a good question.
So while they're keeping the knoll distracted, can I investigate what her nature might be besides noble?
What are you thinking about doing? Are we trying to looking for any kind of a mark of like a royal signals through her clothes? Are you some kind of a magical?
Looking for some kind of magical aura or anything she's giving off that's other than normal human royalty. Any.
Okay.
Anything she's putting off, anything that I might be able to connect with other dark arts and intuit that she might be carrying.
Are you asking the sea about this, or are you trying to just discern from her stuff?
I can ask the sea, sure.
Nothing ever goes wrong when that happens.
I would like to use more than my usual eyes to look, but I'm not sure I'm ready to call all of the denizens of the deep.
Okay. In that case, you're going to roll for me. You're going to click on the Arcana check.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Your knowledge of magic and the like. Okay. She has been inflicted by some kind of a dark creature. There is something in her aura that does seem off. But there's a lot of innocence there. As you're investigating, it's not hard also to spot that she does wear a golden ring with a family seal on it. She otherwise has no remaining jewelry.
So turning back to this Noel, when I'm looking at him, I'm like, who is us? Can you define for me who you are? Because Matt, frankly, I have no idea who you are. And you're doing a heck of a time explaining to me why I should hand a farthing over to you.
I'm not asking for a farthing. I'm asking for a devil woman.
And I'm asking who you are.
I'm the one who cleans up the mess that the humans make among themselves.
Yeah. I know. The sacrificial one, the one who does the thing in the shadows. Yes, I understand, dear sir. But who are you and who do you work for?
There's a bounty on every creature of darkness.
Here we go with the bounties.
I collect them as a service.
It's a selfless person right there.
Are you swearing that you've not seen her here? Trevor's taking a quick BRB. So Jector's going to be slightly distracted.
I said, no, I swear that we have not seen any person pretending to be a noble who is possibly not a noble, who is possibly in here that you're looking for. We have no idea. No. Everything.
Is anyone helping with this besides Jector?
Yeah, I'll come out from the shadows. Priya will double down on what Saffron is saying. There's only been just the lesser folk from the lower districts down in here. There's nothing noble about anybody.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for him. Michelle, can you roll Priya's this is going to be a deception check. So roll your perception or your deception. Hang on, let me check the log. That was a lot better than I thought it was.
Nice.
That was a high number.
you.
What did you get?
I crit. I got a 23.
That was a natural 20?
Yes, it was.
Oh, could you roll it again, please?
What'd I do? What'd I miss?
Not nearly as good.
Okay. No problem. Okay. So, let's see. So that's like effectively 3 successes. Charter didn't get any successes. So that means that Saffron is rolling with a plus 15 to her roll.
I'm
her
rolling
usual
deception?
skill check on your deception. With all of this assistance.
Are we trying to dissuade
Well,
them or allude to
Okay,
something
so
them?
I rolled a
Distract them?
20 with my skill
Plus.
check, but I add plus 15.
So it's effectively a 35.
Nice.
As you complete the first skill challenge of the evening. Which, there's still time for this to go sideways. The Noel looks around and snarls back. We'll find her. And if we don't, someone else will. And trust me, you don't have to like me or what I do, but having her in my hands is better than any other gang in this town. You see her.
That is sound advice.
I have lodgings near the gate. I'll resume my search in the morning. If she turns up, I'll make sure you get a cut.
So just out of sheer curiosity, what is this worth to you? Why should we keep our eyes on it? Are we talking a copper for our troubles here?
Depends on how dark the infliction is. From what I've heard, it could easily be 100 gold.
All right. Well, that is something worth keeping your eyes out for. Even for a cut of that.
Let's go. And the gentleman who was about to come around the tables next to the captain pauses, turns, heads towards the door.
Great deception.
Good job, team. Nice work.
I love bounty hunters who feel like they're self-sacrificing their lives for the greater good. It's a noble service.
Can they really do that if they get paid that much for being a bounty hunter?
No, I call that hypocrisy.
Yeah. I mean, bounty hunters, they're not doing it for the,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing it for the ale money.
Yeah, they're not egalitarian.
No, I know. Just,
No, they're really not. They're really not.
I'm with you.
Okay, so basically you were able to distract them. They've left. And it sounds, at least from what the description the captain gave, it's still a she who's been touched by a dark force, so we know at least she is human. She's just been afflicted with something. So it's not like a shapeshifter or something like that, so far as we can tell right now.
That seems to be the information you have. Yes.
That's what I'm working on.
Is she still out?
She is. The barkeep offer is suddenly less comfortable with you having lodging for the night.
Yeah, I somehow figured that.
And politely starts to help the bar. Where the barmaid was starting to take your stuff up the stairs, you're finding more of your packs are being moved near the door.
No.
With thanks for having come by, they look forward to your patronage in the future.
Yeah, no need to ruin his place.
It's just one night. They've left. Everybody's left. You're closing down for the night. It's just gonna be us. Look, we'll keep an eye on your bar too.
No.
Come on, just
No.
a little bit. It's like 3 a.m. Where are we gonna find a place to stay?
I done have one visit from the witch hunter in a night. I ain't having one in the morning.
Oh, is that what he is, a witch hunter? Well, he's gonna come back whether we're here or not, right?
Right.
Because he thinks we're going to be here.
Right. And
What time would he come back?
My life is infinitely easier if you're not here when he comes back in the morning.
How about this?
So you should take her and her smell out of my bar.
I just thought if we left early in the morning and made sure he saw us leave your bar.
Oh, good idea.
Then he wouldn't
That's a good
come
plan.
back.
We should make sure he sees that I was harboring her.
No, just us. We'll take her out the back. He'll never know. But that way, he'll see us leave, and he won't come and bother you.
No.
Least we can do for your generosity.
No.
I don't know that.
No, yeah,
How much money did I make you tonight?
not nearly enough to risk my bar. Come on. And he turns to Bar. This makes sense to you. You're the kind of person that knows this is not a smart idea.
Well, yeah, we're kind of stuck with it. But the smartest thing to do is to make sure that we lay out information that he follows that is going to benefit you, which means he sees us leave the bar in the morning after spending the night, which he's going to assume we're doing. He sees us leave in the morning, and then at the very worst, he follows us.
How much money she got in her pocket?
Silver pieces and a few coins sewn in.
12 silver ain't anything to really balk at.
My name is Jennifer, and I am sorry that we missed your call earlier.
She buying our rooms, or
I mean, I'm just saying, if nobody wants to take her in, we're going to have to either pay a premium somewhere else or pay a premium here.
I think we're gonna have to pay a premium here to stay the night. So where else are we gonna go?
Maybe see if some negotiation saffron can be done for some silver.
While they're negotiating with the barkeep, I'm scoping out what is going on in the underneath the bar area and the various other exit routes that might be available. Since one of my skills is looking around when we're not in combat and trying to move between locations without being seen, looking for an escape route through the city where we might be able to maneuver.
Okay. The bar has the main entrance, the front door. There is a kitchen exit, and then there's a door that leads out to the alley where the privy is. If you were going to sneak her out, the easiest way would be actually the sneakiest would be to go out via the privy and over the wall. The least likely to be followed there. Things being as they are.
At this point, we're carrying her.
I want to try and convince him that it would actually be worse for you as the bartender, because there's a good chance the Witcher is gonna keep some people keeping an eye just to see if we were tricking him. And if we leave now, you've got more of a chance that he's going to come down on you thinking that you were in on us, Harbringer, than if we leave in the morning, which would be more natural.
I still say you go the golden rule route. He who makes the gold makes.
I'm willing to do
makes
that
the
too.
rules.
You know what?
I'm just saying.
Make it easier on you because I understand.
It's not stealing. We're saving her life.
There you go. I understand. We've put some risk on you. Totally understand it. So let's see if we can help you out a little bit. Help both of us out. We'll be gone super early in the morning.
All right.
You'll be three of us.
Okay, roll that perception check. Or not persuasion.
You know, there are some behavioral issues that start to appear between 6 months and a year. And so
Seriously.
it might be better to go ahead
13.
All right, Priya's going to offer up an alternative to the barkeep.
Okay.
She says, where do you lay your head when you're not here working the Swan's Fury?
Well, I got a room upstairs.
Oh, damn.
Maybe a reroll vote. I'm gonna be voting for a reroll to let her try again and negotiate.
Maybe some help? Oh my god.
We do have the greased
Yeah, if you
wheels.
guys are good with that, I'll re-roll it.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
And Priya, do you have a vote on that, or
Persuasion, right?
Not.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. 14.
The gods are just not in our favor today. The dice gods are just.
Okay, I'm going to burn one of your add to a... Well, you still have some add to the roll, so you could just flat add to it.
That
What-
might be a
what-
better plan. What do we
What
need to
ads
get
do we
to?
have? What ads do-
You have 2 sets of +2.
Would a 16 be high enough?
16 will be better.
Should
'cause
be
at
high
least
enough, yeah.
From mechanically, it'll get us over the 15 mark.
Yep.
Okay,
I'll pop
so
that.
if you guys are okay, we'll add a +2 and be 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really feel like I'm wasting all these rolls and everybody was generous to
Yeah, we
No, but I'm concerned. I think like everyone is like, okay, like the captain said is like, we're gonna get outside, we're gonna be carrying her, then they're gonna
Yeah.
like ambush us, and we're gonna have to like defend her body in the dark, in the streets. It's gonna be a mess.
Yeah, it's bad for everybody.
Okay. And which
Fair enough.
you said it was the
Yeah, with all that done, the bartender relents, lets you keep your one room for the night,
Okay, and what is
Okay.
the name
with the understanding that there is no sign of you come morning.
Okay.
Define morning.
Yeah.
First light.
Okay.
So it's 9
Oh,
o'clock, right?
We have about 3 hours.
Yeah, right.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
That's
But
all
what-
we need to do.
What time does he come in? Logically. All right. We can do that. We can make it work.
Well, the morning coffee people, they stop in for that, espresso on their way to work. So
right now?
That kind of work in town, huh?
it's not a small town, to be honest. It's a pretty big port.
Tavern, though. It's not a.
Yeah, that's true. It's not really a bed and breakfast. It's a
It's not
tavern
really
and
open
inn.
until about 10, right?
Yeah.
The early lunch crowd.
Hey, three hours of sleep And not
Better
having
than
to worry about this is better than no sleep.
Yep.
Can
Okay.
definitely
Make it work.
respect that. Okay, so you have your room for the evening. You hunker down. What's everyone's plans tonight then?
So that
I'm trying to plot out what I could use in my disguise kit to make her not look like a noble.
so he's not
Give
gonna
him fake mustache, weird outfit. We got this. I'm
We're gonna
Go to
weekend
sleep.
at Bernie's her come morning.
yeah.
So, well, hopefully she'll be awake in 3 hours, but if she won't
Hopefully.
be, yeah, we're going to have to. Does anybody have an extra change of clothes in their pack? Anything, any extra clothes?
Let's see. Well, I've got a disguise kit. I don't know if that comes with an extra.
That will help.
would
It
do it.
usually doesn't come with extra clothes, but that's
Okay.
You
DM
can-
discretion.
you can
That's
re-
DM discretion.
You can dress her in something different. You can get her out of her dress,
I have adventurers
Conceivably.
gear.
get her into a different
There you go.
shirt and pants.
Yeah, I think we've got to have something that looks kind of piratey like us. We'll
Yeah, change of clothes is a
put her
thing.
put her hair up in a cap or something. You know.
And the bank of rerolls, bank of rolls has an additional +2 thrown into it thanks to Adam. So
Well, I'm going to vote that we all get some sleep, and I was just literally going to sleep against the door. I am literally going to sleep against the door. I'm going to sleep next to the door.
Sounds awesome.
Because we all need the sleep.
Yes.
I think we should take turns. Like somebody should keep watch over this
You think so?
haunted lady, just in case she does wake up.
Okay, you do
Possibly.
bring a valid point. We are making the base assumption that she, in and of itself, is safe, and that is not a good assumption.
That's right.
True.
I'll take the first watch.
I'm gonna go to sleep because I've played all night and
you've
Fair.
worked.
I'm like, but sleep, mustache, the hat.
Make a disguise roll in the morning when you have some sleep under your belt.
Yeah.
Good plan. Totally support that plan.
Because we need to ditch this dress and that tattered riding coat.
Yeah.
What's left of it?
I can take last watch if you want me to. I'll get sleep now and
Yeah, it's probably good.
Well, we've only got what 3 or 4 hours.
3
so-
hours.
Yeah, why don't you sleep the whole time and let
Yeah.
the non-casters get up?
Okay, I'm down with that.
I just hid in the shadows, so I'm pretty well rested anyway. I'll take a watch.
I just chumped people out of their lunch money, so it wasn't a huge amount of effort.
That's what you do to wake up, right? Relax.
That's right.
Whatever works. Okay, so the night passes. Those who sleep as best one can under the circumstances. The light starts to come in through the windows, and you can start to see that the town is starting to get things up and going. There's motion. You can hear the sounds of the town coming to life. Carriages and wagons rolling along the road beneath the window.
Is she showing any signs of awakenedness?
She wakes enough that she can make eye contact, and she thanks you for bringing her up. She still looks utterly exhausted.
I'm gonna just ask her what was she running from? Where did she come from?
I can't say. It's.
Oh no.
I just need to keep going.
Oh no.
I'm gonna
Do something.
I'm gonna get real close to her face and tell her what we're risking to try to help her out, and I'm gonna say you need to be straight with us now, and in a kind of a threatening manner.
All right. Just making sure.
Okay.
All right.
I'd love to see a die roll on that. That was not intimidating.
It's not a problem.
She laughs and rolls over.
Oh,
She pats your cheek. 5 more minutes, Mom.
reroll.
Yeah, she's not offering much more. I just, it's been so bad, and I need to keep going. If I can just get a little further, I'll be okay. Just a little bit further, and I'll be safe.
Further from what?
The hunters, and the rumors, and the stories.
Tell us a story. What are your stories?
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. She is really hesitant to say anything. And before she does, Trevor had to go do some good nights, so I was going to, never mind.
Most dogs will grow out of it by the time they're about 6 months of age or so. Some maybe up
You're like a pro at that.
But as long as you don't make
What did I miss?
Nothing really. I was about to say, I was just knowing that you had to go do some good nighting, so I was going to say, let's take a 5-minute break so you don't miss anything. And then you showed back up again.
Like Ninja.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Kids, hey, I'm going to have, at some point, I got to go upstairs and remind the little one that she's supposed to go to bed before midnight. So, which, it was so much easier before all of her friends announced that their bedtime on the weekend is 1:30.
My kids tried trying that. It hasn't worked for them yet. They're trying.
Yeah.
They got a little bit more time now, so.
It's a pandemic.
Yeah, we're at the bottom end. The oldest is 5.5. The youngest is 3.
Oh.
So we're
Yeah, mine are like teens.
yeah. No, we're just at the beginning of this process.
It's harder during a pandemic.
As they say, when they keep you awake at that age, at least you know where they are.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hopefully, anyways.
Yeah. The other day, the younger came in at 4 a.m. because he was like, "It's time to get up." And we're like, "No, it is not time to get up because can't tell time." And so went back to bed with us, but then just kicked us all night. So it's a good time. It's a good time. But
Okay.
anyway,
So despite very little of an intimidation roll, the girl just continues to repeat, I just need to keep getting further. If I can get a ship and maybe start somewhere fresh. I just need to keep going.
Yep. You're very welcome. Is there anything else I
We'd
can help you with?
love to help you, but we're risking a lot for very little information.
did she give her name?
With him.
Good point.
No one's asked it yet.
You're very welcome. You have a
So, lass, what's your name?
Thank you.
Even if you don't want to give us the whole name, can you at least give us a first one?
Lottie.
Does anyone have like detecting lies or bluff or anything like that to see if she's lying to us?
Would that be deception?
That would be, she would be deceiving. You would be rolling insight.
Okay.
Assuming you think she's lying about her name.
I think she's
I
lying.
think she's lying about everything at this point. All right, I'm going to try an insight. I should not try anything. I rolled an 8.
Yeah, her name's totally Lottie.
Oh, yeah, it's a great name. It's regional, right?
All right,
for Charlotte.
Can I give it a try even though I don't have it skilled, or is that not possible?
I don't think you can do worse than I have it still.
Yeah, you don't have to have it. Skill just gives you, like, under certain circumstances, anybody can try to guess if someone's lying.
All right, I'm gonna try it. Yeah, no, I totally believe her. She is absolutely truthful. Yeah, no, her name's Lottie.
Hi, Lottie. Nice to meet you.
Did you get a bad one too?
Lottie, we need a plan to get out of here.
Oh, come on. Wait, before you do that, Matthew, go ahead and roll your insight.
Yeah.
I want to see if you guys go 4 for 4.
Join us.
Insight.
Captain, have you met Lottie?
I don't care what her real name is. I just want to know if she's got access to money and stuff we could use. while we're getting her out of here. 14.
Oh, she's it's so perfect because you're pretty sure that Lottie is not really her name, and you're the one who cares the least.
That's exactly
I was gonna say, why does the crazy one know this the best?
Crazy knows crazy.
Of course she,
Touche, madam.
of,
Touche.
of course
Like,
she's
oh, I know that.
here.
I know you. Looking in a mirror. We're cool now.
Lottie, what's your plan? Where can we go to get you out of here? You want a ship? You want to get far away? What do you know? Where can we go?
Nice rhyme.
Saffron writes that one down.
I might be a bard myself deep down. You never know.
You have the soul of a bard. I've often said it, Captain.
He's got a lot of souls.
And you are
actually,
some of my best material.
but really neither here nor there. But
Lottie, help us help you.
she slides the ring off her finger and holds it up and said that there were always stories that my father knew someone who sailed out of this port. If I can get on the ship and we go far enough, they'll stop chasing me.
Are they chasing you because you're touched?
We know you're special.
Does she know it?
Special.
I'm wondering.
She's just darkly abled.
I'm
Oh, multi-classing. Able to darkly able. We broke Trevor already.
That's brilliant.
where were we?
I'm trying to figure why she took the ring off to
Right.
show us something.
To show you the ring.
To show us the ring.
To emphasize.
About her father.
Well, I'm
Do
glad
we
I
recognize her family crest that's on the ring?
This is the first time you've ever been to this port. You know nothing about local heraldry.
So she was just using it to show us that, you know, she's somebody and that she knows somebody.
Theoretically.
Okay, Lottie, so
Okay.
I'm going to ask a really practical question then. It looks like you're in a lot of trouble and you say you need to sail away. How are you going to make that happen? How are you going to pay for it, lass?
As I said,
I'm not saying to me. I'm saying to whoever you're going to pay.
well, I would think that my father's name and the house might. There were stories that there was a captain that sailed out of this port that owed us a favor.
What's your father's name?
Mr. Lottie? Prince Lottie?
If you were going to tell the captains in the port and trying to find the one you need, what his name was, you can tell us. We've already saved
Pretty-
you once. I think you
pretty
owe us
much.
that.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Because you're looking for a needle in a haystack. You're telling us that your name means something, but you won't tell us your name, but you're going to go give your name to some randos out there and hope that that doesn't attract the attention of the Witchers to come back. I mean, think this through, Lottie. This isn't, not trying to say your plan is flawed, but your plan is flawed.
Not so much a plan as more of a vague hope.
I think she's right. I think Saffron's got it right. It's really more of a vague hope. I wouldn't even call it a new hope, just a vague hope.
Well, I had hoped that if someone recognized the ring, they would know that the favor was owed, or I could barter skills. I can do laundry.
Careful with that. Yeah, I'm sure they want it for laundry. I'm absolutely certain that's what they're going to want you to barter.
I can sew.
Laundry.
I can clean. I could be someone's maid.
I don't know your family crest, but it does have a ring to it.
Oh,
Oh. So Lottie, I'm not no disrespect, this plan has a few holes in it. I'm just, you know, the base question is you're going to have to trust someone because you're putting your faith in society at large. You're assuming that everyone you ask is going to do you right. And in this town, in the lower district, no, that's not going to occur.
Okay. So, how do I get out of here?
How about you barter with us? We help you get out. You give us stories of information.
Like
Couch
what?
it in stories. It doesn't feel like you're giving us the information you want to hide. But if you give us some of the stories that led you to this, maybe we can help you.
But how do
We
I
know some captains. We know some people down in the docks.
How do I know you won't just turn me over to the hunters?
We already had our chance and we
Did
didn't.
we do that?
Not yet.
Are you safe?
Am I?
If you're honest with us, we won't hand you over. If we think we'll make more money by handing you over, sure. So why don't you work with us and we won't hand you over?
Besides, we're a very attractive, awesome group. And you have not had as much fun as you're going to have with us.
We've clothed you, we've fed you, we've given you shelter, we've not hurt you in any way. Literally, this is like the Hilton of business transactions. I mean, seriously.
I'm suddenly feeling better about not having stolen the ring when I had the opportunity. It would make that pitch really hard to give.
Get what? We'll count to 5 because in about 5 minutes, we need to be out of here. 5 minutes, decide if you're going to give us some information and come with us?
What do you want
Or
me
you're
to
on your own.
say?
No, yeah, she's right, Lottie. I mean, really, we got money to earn and places to go and find a new ship. I mean, we can help you and find a way for that to be compensatory.
But
it's up to you.
What more do you want me to tell you?
Your name, your last name, and who's the name of this captain you're looking for. Let's start with those two little factoids.
Okay. When I fled, I took my mistress's ring. I was going to pretend to be her and get a ship with it. I had hoped maybe someone would recognize the symbol of the von Ebervich family and think me a representative of it.
Von Eberich?
Ebervich.
Ebervich.
Family. Okay.
I'm not sure how to spell that, but we're going to go with that.
So you're simply the seamstress.
Yes.
Or the maid, or
the maid. Sure.
P.S. You're a terrible liar, Lottie.
Hey, y'all were rolling. High was a 15 on the reluctant one.
And
just saying.
And where did you think there was a ship in this port that knew the Eberkoviches?
There were always stories that there were connections, and I was sure I could barter the name against an opportunity.
Okay. Why are you on the run?
Because they're trying to kill me.
Why are they trying to kill you?
They think I'm someone else.
Who is trying to kill you? The Witchers? The Eberviches?
The witch hunters. They think they have me confused with someone I'm not.
Lottie, we notice a dark presence about you. Could you explain that to us?
No.
Lottie.
Are you aware that you're missing part of your soul? Just saying. You wake up and kind of think, I used to have a hand there, and now it's kind of filled with dark matter. Have you noticed anything different about yourself when you look in the mirror, like no reflection?
No. I have a
I reach
reflection.
into my bag and I sneak out a mirror and just try and sideways look at her to see if she has a reflection.
She does have a reflection.
strange dreams, voices speaking to you, in odd hours in your head?
No. I didn't do anything. They killed my sister. They attacked our house. And I've been fleeing ever since.
After they attacked your house and your sister, is that when you stole the ring?
Yes.
Well, I believe her. It sounds like a great story to me. Totally make a song out of this.
It does. Yeah, no. So, okay, Lottie. So what do you want to do? You just want to escape, right?
If I can get to the docks, I can meet with some captains, maybe, and hopefully one of them will, let me sail with them soon, today. Maybe.
Do you know anything about ships?
They go on water.
Are you afraid of heights?
Yes.
Well, let me ask you.
Can you swim?
No.
How long has he been coughing?
How's your mopping?
But doing that kind of a clearing of his throat.
Good.
Well, she can swab a deck.
After she throws up on it.
Well, then she's gonna have to be good at swabbing a deck, won't she?
So just a thought. Yeah. Okay, Tim's find a spot. So maybe I don't know. Maybe look, we need work anyway. Maybe we present ourselves as a crew of 5 versus 4 for a ship, and she can swab.
Very new member to swab the deck.
Yes, or she can sew. You can sew.
Yes. I could mend sails.
Of course, you could. This way, we get work, she gets work. I don't know. Just a thought.
No, that's what I was thinking too. So I think that's about the best option we've got.
Hide a tree in the forest, right?
Yeah.
Wondering, because I can travel twice as fast in the city when I'm not in combat. I'm wondering if I could take the ring down to the docks and ask around for us before we start venturing out.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
That sounds terrible.
Why?
That's all I have to barter with.
Yes, but if he can go down faster and talk to the different captains and make the plans, then it's going to be safer for you in the long run because you're out in the open less.
So what if she wanted to keep the ring, what if we, and I say this to you guys quietly so she can't hear, but what if somebody sketches out the crest?
Oh, yeah.
DM adds you could do an etching of it.
That's true. I've got paper. I write songs on all sorts of things.
I could also get all of us there not twice as fast, but because I'm able to, and I'm not saying this with her listening, just sharing with the group that we're, I can actually get us there through a secret route to the docks and not be spotted as long as she's mobile. So we could actually make it through the city without being seen, probably.
I think that's awesome, but I think if I may, I think we need to know where we're going first, right? So I think to your point, if you can use that crest emblem to secure us a place, then come back and get us and use that to secure a guaranteed route without being interrupted.
Oh, like the slow feeder.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't slow him down.
Or just spitballing here. We all go down. The captain says, "This is my ship." We commandeer a ship. We hire a couple of people. We pretend to be a crew of the ship, and we take off. I mean, probably not a great plan, but
That's a brilliant plan. I love that plan. I was actually thinking too, how do we steal a ship?
Yeah.
I was actually starting to think about that.
Okay.
How do we steal a ship? But I like your idea of conning other people, thusly Bard and Rogue, into joining our crew and disillusioning them into the fact that we actually own the vehicle we have stolen.
yeah. Well, and sometimes the captain doesn't own it. They're hired to captain that ship.
This is so audacious. I
It's gotta work.
kind of like it. I mean, the
You've
worst
got a woman who
deaf.
pass as nobility, so
That's true.
That's true.
might have to
Oh,
get her some better clothes.
This plan is
I
getting
dive
better.
back into my disguise kit. There's got to be something that looks vaguely noble in here.
Well, we have the dress, right? You could fix the
Yeah,
dress.
we've got the dress. We just need a better jacket, right?
You could.
But I have something with a veil. A veil. Then she's mysterious, and even more noble.
This is getting better. This plan is getting better and better. I see Rob is just going, Jesus Christ. This is like an ill-conceived Shadowrun plan for anyone who's never played. This is an ill-conceived Shadowrun plan.
I think you could stop it at ill-conceived plan for anyone.
This is Rob going, this is why I didn't over-plan for tonight. Because there's no way I would have come up with this.
But you know what? We have 2 rerolls saved and a couple of dice bonuses. How many bonuses do we have saved? Sorry, I'm like the numbers keeper. I'm just going to warn you all right now. And this is why.
You have 2 rerolls and 2 plus 2s.
Okay, we can, this is a reality. We can make this happen. So, okay, let me ask a question. What skill would we need to evaluate a ship to figure out how much crew you would need in that ship?
Isn't that something we should know just from our profession?
Yeah. Investigation, maybe. Yeah.
I think so too, but I just want to.
You tell me.
It's the rules monger.
From a mechanics point of view, you tell me how you're evaluating what the best way to outfit a ship would be. So,
Probably investigation, wouldn't it?
investigation's your ability to you could make a case for it.
I would say actually history.
Also, a good case.
Oh.
Because history, usually there's like history, like nobility history and blah blah blah. Different
If
types
you're going to
of
let the
history.
sea touched,
Well, and the different type of ships. I mean, we've been on a ship for a while. We've
Right.
come in contact with other docks and other types of ships. I'm sure.
Right, exactly.
it'd be arcana
Exactly.
if the captain's the one that's going to be in charge of making sure the ship is seaworthy.
Jesus Christ, we're gonna make him a captain. I don't even know how I feel about this.
He's already a captain.
I know,
He's got the
and we're gonna
hat.
make it. We're gonna make it a reality. And
We're gonna legitimize him.
I know.
But he's
We're
not just
captain makers. How cool are we?
I feel like this is giving. I feel like this is giving Murdoch a helicopter.
I love it. Oh, you're grin, Captain. You're grin.
I spy with my little eye.
A terrible plan. Let's do it.
It's a great plan.
I'm glad
What
you're
could
part of
go
it.
wrong?
If we're going A-team, then I love it when a plan comes together.
Can't decide if Priya is deciding this is a great idea or if she's looking for the
Oh,
best
I'm on board.
she can get out of it.
How does Lottie feel about this plan? Is she seeming to warm up to the idea that we're going to commandeer a vessel?
Anything that gets her out of town, she is unstinking bored with.
Great. So do I have I'm going to assume I have a fancier dress and a veil, or just something to go over top of her fancy dress to kind of disguise that it's a little not as fancy now, and a veil to cover her features, and perfume. I'm dousing her in perfume.
So
Nobles have no sense of smell.
I think you're right. I think we all also, if I may, either make what we think is the most applicable role to figure out what kind of ship we need, so we can all
Well, how many crew are you
kind of
planning
come
to
into a
recruit?
consensus. Well,
Bare minimum.
yeah, but now you're getting into a chicken and the egg. Yeah, I'm with bare minimum. I'm with Saffron on this one. Bare minimum.
Yeah, you guys could probably find a sloop or another small single or double masted ship that a crew of 10 could put to sea. I mean, theoretically, a crew of 2 can put a galleon to sea.
Sure they can.
It's just
Steering it well
it's
is a problem.
harder to keep it going. But yeah, a small ship, you should be able to easily get a crew of, you've got 4 plus 1. So I'm going to give this as free information.
I want the one with the nicest captain's quarters.
Priorities, Captain. I would go for speed, but you're the captain.
Let's see.
made.
Sloop is actually can be double or single masted. Why is I can find like a table of values? How many crew members are in a sloop? Oh, okay, not a sloop. We're looking smaller.
Oh.
The one with the naked mermaid on the front is always the one you pick.
Oh well, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
It's better than the one with the naked monkey on the front.
Feel free to display something on Zoom if you need to here.
Yeah, here we go. I got the kind of ship you're looking for. You're looking for a schooner.
That's
Schooners can go as low as 8 people
Oh, excellent.
if you're going for a little one.
We've got 4.5.
Yeah.
Although if we're making her the noble, we probably can't put her to work.
Yeah, one head
once
sail.
we set sail, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody's got to work their passage, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could totally make that happen. So yeah, you don't need to recruit a lot more people if you can find a schooner or a similar small. I mean, the downside, and this also comes to a truth that you'll have to grapple with at some point. How far out to sea do you intend to go? The smaller the ship, the harder it handles.
I was thinking we want the largest, fastest possible, actually.
Okay. So now we're back to the egg half of the chicken and the egg conversation.
That's okay. What would that be?
Well, just how many people are you going to get? The more people you get, the bigger the ship you can handle.
Well, if they already have a crew that we are.
Yeah, we're just add-on crew and the captain has arrived.
No.
Right.
Okay.
We're going to disillusion them. We're going to deceive them and
Yes.
So maybe that's the other stance we can take is could we go to a shipping company and see if they have a ship that needs to be run that doesn't have a captain and convince them that the captain is the right man for the job, regardless of its size.
Ah.
Yeah, we could try that. We could
You know what
try
I'm saying?
that, and if it doesn't work, we just take one.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, right.
I mean, it's good to have a backup plan. you know?
No, exactly. Plan A, deceive. Plan B, steal. I'm
Yeah.
good with these plans.
So, how good are your interview skills?
oh, I can respond with the best of them. I've got plenty of qualities. I
Got
can
the feather.
and I've got the feather. I can describe I have a hat, actually, a much better hat than this. If I'm a legitimate captain, I'll actually have a much better hat. But yeah, I'm thinking I could respond by saying what my goals are in 5 years and what my greatest challenge has been in captaining and how I overcome my challenges.
So I'm assuming captains have like a captain's log or something like that they've made similar to like a flight log or whatever. Could we forge one or buy one?
I don't know if they would. But I think the captain's log is for each ship.
True,
each
that's
ship.
true. The log is for each ship.
Yeah, so he wouldn't have one.
Reputation and
Or papers to show he's legit. In some
Right.
way. Like
no, that's where the costume comes in because there are laws about what you're allowed to wear. And you're not allowed to dress like a captain unless you really are a captain. And so as long as you've got the outfit, that's all that matters. Otherwise, I'm sure the laws of the realm have some severe penalties for dressing incorrectly, for impersonating a captain.
Well, I could always go down as your bard in front and sing the tales of your captaining prowess.
That's my bona fides right there. Yeah.
so what just throwing this out there. So what if just hear me out. Captain is the captain and Saffron is, his
Daughter.
Marketing.
Exactly. His consigliere, right? And we dress up Lottie like the noble and we come down and say, look, this noble wants to hire, this is her legit captain because they're going to probably recognize this emblem as being like from a legit house and use that to kind of sell and just make sure it's a ship that's going to leave like soon.
Yeah.
Like before they can like check. and then use the title, use the reputation, of to kind of drive the sale as a adder.
You're very good at this, Jector. Are you sure you haven't been in performing circles before?
No, but I am a what's the word? I'm a privateer, so I am used to bending the rules.
They're more like guidelines and actual rules.
Yeah, they're really just like a hint. It's a comment. So
more like a starting point, really.
Yeah. So I think you're right. You disguise Lottie, and we use her as like, hey, she wants this captain to be in charge of a ship. For whatever reason you want to make up. Family wants to make money. She wants to go on an adventure. I don't care. Whatever works. Whatever's going to convince this guy.
I just have to point out, have you noticed that Rob has started drinking faster out of his flask?
Well, the flask is water.
Sure it is.
The mason jar, on the other hand.
He's doing a water cycle. All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Absolutely. So
it's a brilliant plan.
It is a great plan. It is a plan with very few drawbacks.
And we have a backup.
And we have a backup. We just steal the ship.
Man, this is like the most planned out we've ever been. Awesome.
By the way, everyone, if you have a beverage, please take a pull.
I need to go get another one because
we do need to stay hydrated. And thank you, Adam, for that.
As long as Lottie doesn't sprout two heads and devil claws while we're in the midst of doing this negotiation, we'll be fine.
No,
I think that's your department, right?
Yeah. But she needs to believe she's a noble. She needs to own that performance.
Oh, I also think she needs to have a container on whatever dark injection she's gotten. So
true, but I'm not sure how we do that.
Well, I keep looking over at my my abilities and spells here, and I'm not sure if there's something I can use that would be a total container for her, because I'm just sort of waiting for the danger to emerge. I'm waiting for the least opportune moment when she suddenly decides to go 7th level of hell on us. Just waiting. The knoll. I didn't want to side with the knoll, but she could be a danger. So just
true.
Plans here could go sideways like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the good thing is, if she has a problem and does it in the shipping building, then we scream and run, and then she's their problem.
Otherwise, we just throw her overboard.
Yeah. Fiends don't like water, right? I'm sure I read that somewhere.
Yeah, it depends on the devil, but yeah. Sometimes they come from the water, but Yeah, especially I'm also concerned that she doesn't really. I'm kind of believing her innocence when it comes to she really doesn't know what she's been touched with, and so she wants to lie about everything else, but she really doesn't know what her demonic fault is right now. So just keeping that in the back of my mind that there could be, I'm keeping an eye out for a red glow in her eyes occasionally.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Right, should we see how she feels about this, or should we just do it?
Lottie, we're going down to the ships. We're gonna get you a ship, but here's what you got to do. You ready to play along?
She has.
All right.
Well, I mean, if that's all you're telling her, she's willing to follow along cautiously.
Okay, follow Saffron's lead. She's going to make you up nice and great.
But shouldn't I be hiding?
Oh, we're going to hide you so well in plain sight. Trust me. It's going to be brilliant. All right, just put these things on and look. Okay, your mistress was really good at looking haughty, right?
Yes.
When somebody asks you a question, you look down your nose as if you can't understand why this toad is bothering to talk to you or be in your way. Yeah, just do that a lot. And gesture to your captain like you can't be bothered to talk to these peons, right?
Okay.
Your job is to look bored and annoyed.
while being terrified that anyone could try to kill me.
Use that. You know, sense memory. It's all good. And I've got this coat that we're gonna put over you. We'll do a little makeup, and we've got a veil, so that'll kind of hide you and make you very mysterious.
And
All you're gonna need to do is probably show your ring at some point. Just work with us. We got you.
we're in the docks. I want to use all the secret passages of the city so that we're not seen until we get to the docks.
Okay, the one catch with that, this is not the city you grew up in. So bear in mind that your navigation is not going to be as spot on as though it were back at a home port.
Now, does she have any familiarity with the city?
She has no direction sense.
My description says you know the secret patterns and flows to cities
To cities, yes. Just
and
be,
can find passages through the urban sprawl that others would miss.
Yep. So I am going to need you to roll me a survival check.
What if he and the rogue work together?
Or, let me look again.
Possibility?
Yeah, I think a survival check makes sense.
Okay.
This falls under the category of survival.
It's definitely possible.
Oh, yeah. Not a problem. You can get from the tavern to any location you want to get to without being seen by anyone of consequence.
There's green discharge from the eyes, and there's a cough. It may be that this is when
Which also means I can throw out 2 combat encounters now.
Yay!
Aren't you glad you planned for this?
Growing up in the first edition D&D, wizards would die like that. So I'm
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't throw them out so much as keep them in your back pocket for when we screw up later.
Oh, don't worry. I made like a bunch of them.
things. If
Woohoo!
One,
Oh crap.
one of them is going to happen. Damn it. People came for blood. Okay, so where exactly are you headed?
to the docks.
To the docks.
Well, we're gonna go to like a shipping company.
Yeah. Wherever the shipping companies, I'm assuming there's like a street where typically the shipping companies. I'm assuming that's near the docks somewhere, wherever that would be, right?
Yeah, there's warehouse. If you get down by the docks, you start to spot warehouses, counting houses, more taverns patronized by.
Shipping company
Yeah.
offices.
Well,
No,
not so much.
all we need is one. Maybe
Not that
two.
kind of town.
Just one or two.
As you start to ask around professionally, most of the major offices are actually in Upper Town. That money is exchanged where it's safe to do so.
Of course it is.
That
Yeah,
the docks.
we gotta go through a combat to get there. Okay,
It's
so
it's not uncommon, I think, for nobles to go down to the docks to try and hire a ship, bypassing a company. Maybe there's ships that have come in. They're looking for a bit of pay.
That would be normal.
All right, let's do that.
The catch is, so you want to start looking for ships now.
Sure.
Okay.
versus going to the shipping company. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's way up in Upper Town. So
Oh, I don't know how.
I don't know.
Actually, Captain, could you give me a quick insight check?
Oh,
Oh,
little clueless.
Womp, womp, womp. Okay, that's fine. I'll just sit on that little nugget I was going to share till later.
Yay.
Too busy trying to get uptown.
No, you don't need to go uptown per se. I wouldn't. You continue to roam around the dock area looking for. There's a collection of ships. Some of them are in good repair and look like they're ready to set sail soonish. Most of the ships that you're starting to notice are not very well maintained, and a couple are even borderline seaworthy.
Oh dear.
The economy here looks like it's pretty beat. And you think back to that fog you encountered that seemed like it went on forever before you started to see the lights of the city to hone in on it. And the fact that you'd sailed off your charts. it's starting to click that maybe this is a place not a lot of ships come and go.
All we need is one. We just
Yep.
need one. I don't need to have, you know,
Hotel California ports.
yeah.
You do spot a couple of smaller ships. What's your plan?
The smaller the better, because we're a small crew.
Right, right.
So we're back to the Shanghaiing the ship on your own, or are you still looking to get one that already has a crew on it?
I mean, if one of the smaller ones already has people, we could maybe try to insert our captain.
Yeah.
I'm
Convince them it's good.
the
Maybe they're like us and our captain retired.
the most seaworthy vessel, the best pick of the litter right now.
Yeah.
Best pick of a litter with a small crew.
Yeah.
Okay. You can eventually find your way to a okay. DM needs to do more research on this because he was not expecting you to go this direction. So he's going to do a quick couple of Google searches here while we talk. You know what? We've been at this for over an hour and a half. Let's take a 5-minute break to refresh our
Sounds like a
waters,
plan.
beverages. I'm going to go top off my mason jar, do a little digging, and I'll meet everybody back here. Let's make it 8 minutes. We'll meet back here.
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, we use Imperfect Foods, which I don't know if you've used, which basically they sell you bulk imperfect foods.
I have a bunch of friends that use it and love it.
Love it, because literally they drop it off at your door. So of course, in the midst of the pandemic, this has been what used to be like a bougie, like, fun thing, is now like, oh no, I don't have to go to the grocery store. So it supplements us for about 80% of what we need. And then, we can just go get the final 20% and be done. And it's great. So,
So is it more than just fruits and vegetables?
oh yeah, absolutely. They make their own, like chocolate covered raisins and pretzels, and they make their own snack mixes, and they make their own stuff. Oh, beautiful cat. And so, yeah, they sell their own self brands, which I'm assuming is bulk items or overstock items from other companies that then they repackage or make quickly for their own sale of stuff. So yeah, we get all kinds of imperfect
That's
foods.
the pet.
Love it.
Yeah, nice pet you have there.
What was that? Aw.
Yeah, that
I
one,
was gonna say, weirdly, somewhere in the bookcase is a stuffed haggis, and somewhere in the other room is a stuffed squid.
That might be a good idea.
Well, I would expect nothing less.
No, I know. We have a haggis hunt every year, because why not?
Oh,
Cats that come from
indeed, because why not?
tend to come with either
Okay, I've had a chance to do my research.
yes.
So fill me in again on okay, so you're looking for a ship that is seaworthy, in good shape, and looks like it's ready to put to sea.
As quickly as possible.
Okay. You're able to find said ship.
It's not always mucousy, and it's not always liquidy. Sometimes
There is a vessel. The back of the aft castle bears a large painted sign that identifies it as the Diamond. It is a smaller ship. It sports 2 masts, probably crewed between somewhere around 30 people.
Does it have room for 5?
It could easily accommodate 5 more.
Do they have a crew already?
There are men working it, men and women currently preparing it.
Women working it as well. Okay.
Yeah. My games are pretty egalitarian on that front. No, we're very pro-human in the games, but
Humanist.
yeah, well, it's Ravenloft. What do you want?
I did choose the human character. Yes.
But it is getting ready to go. You do notice one distinct thing about this particular ship. It's not loading cargo. It's loading provisions, and harpoons.
Oh, it's a whaling ship or a fishing ship.
It's a whaler.
All right. That should do fine. I've
Uh,
always wanted Captain Ahab.
As far as the cargo ships go, you could probably commandeer one of those, but there's no small cargo ships out of this port that you're finding that are seaworthy and ready to go at this point.
All right, so shall we present our captain to the Diamond?
Before we do that, do we need to have a destination in mind? I know she doesn't care, but do we have to
As
have
long as it's not back here, I think that's the key, right?
I'd
Okay.
also like to make sure they don't already have a captain somewhere aboard.
We can fix that. I mean,
Well, of course we can. I'd just like to know what we're walking into.
good point. Good point. Yes.
So we do we get a sense of what kind of, besides the crew that we're seeing working it as they're loading harpoons and whatnot, do we get a sense of anyone in charge that we might see on the deck?
Yeah, you can pick out. Oh, yeah, you can totally pick out. There's a bosun and a quartermaster working on the ship at the present.
His actually had blood in it, and then it was.
We need someone for recon, I
He
think.
was fine. He was just like,
I will do the recon.
thanks, guy.
It sounds like a rogue
And I was
job.
like, oh, you
Yes.
poor thing.
Are we doing the? Are we sneaking? Or are we sneaking in plain sight?
No, I'd like to sneak. Sneak.
Sneak.
Oh,
Okay.
great. I sneak in the daylight where everybody sees me.
So you were planning to sneak in plain sight.
Yes, I was.
Subtle.
Yes, you were. Why don't you follow that with a deception check?
Oh, it's a 2.
Wow.
So this time around, I said, I'm not messing around with those.
Yeah, I'm just right out there.
Yeah,
Just strolling the docks.
strolling docks.
Getting right on that boat.
Looking suspicious the whole time too. There is zero blend to your walk.
Yeah.
We'll chalk it up to the fact that you haven't been on a whaler before. That
And I
makes
got
sense.
2 hours of sleep last night.
And you got
That's
2
right.
hours of sleep last night.
So then I wondered, had he had that all
As you approach the ship, one of the men who's moving ropes onto it and working the rigging looks over. What you need?
but that's
Well, I
I would suggest that you
my crew and I were hoping to go not ashore, hoping to go abroad
To see, to see.
to sea. We're looking for a vessel
kitties or anything like that.
That
that
will work.
needs about 5 more.
Well, we're putting out pretty shortly.
More likelihood that
Well, can we join you?
Well, that ain't for me to say.
Ask him who's in charge.
Yeah, who you have in charge of this vessel?
Well, that's a damn good question.
Has your captain come anywhere close to you yet?
Da-da-da-da-dum.
Have you met the captain?
You know, if you're not sure who's in charge, I got a man who'd be great for the job.
Da-da-da-dum. That works. No, we've got a good crew. Captain Albert. He
I've
had-
heard
he-
stories about him. He really doesn't have his shit together, does he?
in the cat breeding lifestyle. So that would be where I would
I'm so proud.
you don't we'll check the stool sample in the hospital, and then if he's been seen within a short period of
I've got just the man.
probably been in for his wellness visits and things like that. If he's been in within the last year, they should be able to
I feel like I should start strumming lightly to draw attention to it.
Yeah, no, this is brilliant. I just can't
Just
wait
look
to see this
really,
happen.
really good at your job.
Do you want to burn
Really
a
depends-
reroll on that?
best to take it
Yeah.
I said we spend a reroll on that.
Yeah.
because it's
Good.
more likely to be.
So which one?
So what I usually recommend
At this point, you're rerolling your deception.
start with
Okay.
decide on a day.
Come on, baby. Oh no!
Start 24 hours out.
Oh.
Whatever stool is in the box.
Oh, you're not rolling like me, are you?
I
Oh,
am.
I'm so sorry.
No,
Yeah.
she's not rolling like you. She's rolling worse.
And if he produces
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Remember when I crit on that thing that didn't matter earlier?
yeah.
It mattered. It got you out of a fight.
Yeah, you're right.
It mattered. It mattered a lot. No, Albert's got his shit pretty well together. I've been sailing with him for at least 5 years, and his first mate. She's not one to be messing with.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
We're all like, it was around Christmas time. We're all like,
You call me Walter.
went to Tim
Walter. I don't know. Have you heard the tales of Captain Braha?
It was in a plastic bag inside the paper bag. But, it was
No.
You know why? Because he's never messed up.
cookie jar,
Right.
But yeah. Collect
And that
Would
matters.
you give him a trial run? Maybe as the first mate of the ship.
that's fresher. Collect that one. You can toss the other one if this one is a more diarrhea-like stool sample too.
I'm not following.
When you got it, so that you can tell them, this is a 12-year-old
Well-
stool sample, or this is a.
Maybe he could just be a passenger this time.
Start
I think maybe he's gonna.
Not with you.
Let's just say you won't be disappointed.
In are you suggesting that we mutiny?
No, not at all. We just want to work together.
When did you start those?
Right.
You just started those, right?
Okay, we'll just come aboard, sir. Never mind.
Wait.
I want to see if I can see her struggling, and I want to come on board and go, how'd you love her? She's a joker.
Sample because if he does have
Oh my gosh. You have a great ship here. It's beautiful.
I'm thinking we need a looky-loo with a Mickey mantle and a Shanghai rollout in the background here. So I'm wondering about is if we start the con already, walking down the dock as we see her struggling, and we need this ship. And it looks like there's already some structure in place that's official that we need to override. So I think the others of us are walking down the docks, making our way to this whaling ship, and starting the act with the noble Lottie, the noble woman, and me as the captain, saying we might be passengers, but we are an esteemed people that are coming aboard.
Okay.
We don't have to be captain. We could just be passengers.
No, we could just be, yeah. But I think we need a little Ungapach to get up there or something.
Yeah, you're walking the walk and
walking the walk so that we can make our. We're not trying to be, we're hiding in plain sight. We're not pretending to be stealth because we got nothing to hide, and so therefore, if people pay attention, that's all right. We're just we mean who we say we are. We're not got nothing to hide, so we're important people who are coming aboard.
Okay.
We'll pay for our passage.
And it's
I kind of scoff, like, "Oh, you missed a golden opportunity here."
Okay. So you're scoffing at the guy. The captain comes striding with purpose towards the gangplank. And Walter looks at, what can I help you?
We're looking for safe passage. What have you got? Where are you headed?
We're just going out whaling. We should be out 17, 18 days. 25 if we're good. We usually provision for 30.
Do we know, just because we've been sailors, do we know if there's an island near where they're going or another port not too far from where they're whaling that they could just do a little detour and drop us off?
Not without consulting charts. Crew don't usually memorize those things. Now the ship's navigator might have that memorized.
But none of us are the navigator, right?
And none of you really liked him that much. He was kind of a squirrely little fella. He was a halfling and kind of a jerk.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I couldn't hold his beer either.
That's why. When you're only half a ling, you can. I think.
No, his cousin. Now he's a full ling. That's a whole different story.
That was a different day.
Yeah.
Long night though.
Well, and then there's the one who ran the circus. That was the ring-a-ling.
Oh.
Assuming they drink Yingling.
So
that won't really work.
I think we need
unless
to,
convince
because
them
yeah, we need to. We know we arrived off.
Are they coming back here?
Yeah,
That's
they're.
what we need to know.
That's probably what they're planning on doing unless something changes.
Yeah, I'm thinking we know that we're off the map because
Yeah.
the fog told us we were off the map. I think we need to figure out a way to invite them to drop us off somewhere, or at least say we.
That's what I was wondering, if we knew anything nearby that we could reference. Oh,
we were supposed to be at, yeah. Do we know
The
anything?
other option is we can ask if they know if there's another ship leaving.
That may be a
Then
smart
there were two,
move.
right?
That may be a smarter move, is just seeing if they can maybe advise us for another ship that would take passage to drop off passengers.
Yeah, because I think to sell this one, we're either going to have to take it over, which it could be a little tough.
Yeah.
Or because they're just going out for a bit and then coming right back. So
Well,
I don't
so
know if
they
that's going
think
to work for us.
until we come along.
All right, is there another ship in port that's about the same size?
Yeah.
I like this one best.
Like
They don't like
because
you.
it has a captain. I mean, honestly, if we can't find two of these, then I'm even going to suggest we take the risk of taking the trip uptown and seeing if we can find a shipping agency that has a ship with no captain that they're looking to man. But let's see what happens. Let's see.
Okay.
If these guys can advise us on another ship.
Okay. Tell you guys what. Why don't you? Well,
I think we're just looking to get out of port with
Yeah.
with little devil washer.
Yeah,
Um,
devil child there. Yeah,
what you
the noble devil.
could do
noble devil.
is you
Or the-
could
Want to be noble?
you could
It's okay. It's not a noble element.
you could fan out and kick in some investigation, or rather, yeah. Let me put this: anyone who wants to can go start asking around.
All right, I want
Okay.
to.
This would be an
I'll do that.
investigation
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, why don't we break up because we're at the docks.
Now, before you do, the
Oh.
more of you that spread out and start asking for ideas, the more attention you will be drawing to yourselves.
Well, I've already asked, so
Priya did. I would recommend that Saffron does because she's probably got a better role than me.
Investigation
Oh,
defaults
give
to
it a shot.
intelligence, by the way.
so not investigation. Wait,
Investigation.
Investigation.
but it's an intelligence.
It's an intelligence
I
check.
gotcha.
The intelligence
Just
box.
just in case you're like, I don't know if I'm good at that. Well, if you're intelligent, if intelligence was your dump stat, this is not your thing.
Yeah. The good thing is that our captain and Lottie are not trying not to be noticed. They're almost promenading to show off and look at the ships, kind of thing. But yeah, I'll totally go
Walter,
investigate.
Pleasure to meet you, Walter. What's your captain's name?
Captain Aubert.
Bear.
Captain Aubert. Captain Aubert, and he's got this fabulous first mate whose name is you got a Captain Aubert has got a really great first mate. What's your first mate's name? I hear this first mate is not to be trifled with. Is a person of renown. Haven't heard whether it's male or female yet, although I'm pretending I know who this is.
Yeah, and you're just waiting for him to supply the name.
I'm just waiting for him to supply the name.
Hicks, right?
So am I.
Because somebody needs to wake him up.
That's what I need. I need Xander to follow us. That would wake me up. Cecilia.
Cecilia, yes, fine first mate, not to be trifled with. Absolutely.
No,
I'm
she's a
Captain-
serious one.
serious, absolutely darn serious. I'm Captain Brigand, and we're looking for some passage. You're just heading out to Whale, is that right?
Aye.
Well, we've got a few of us who need to be dropped off at a local island. Do you think you could take us out for a small fee? We'll make it worth your while.
Well, that would be a captain decision. He's not due down to
Ah.
inspect the ship for a couple of days.
Oh yeah, no, we can't wait that.
Is what?
Well, I don't. We're not. We're studying to set sail soon, but we're not due to leave port for another day or two.
No. You're supposed to set sail today. That's what we were told.
Well, who told you that?
Oh, it was all the news down in the south side of the Swan's Fury. They were saying that Captain Aubert was ready to set sail today. There's did you not hear? Did you not get the
No,
word?
I can. I
Oh.
should. Are you serious? I mean, we're provisioned for it. We still need some more supplies, and we need to hire a few more hands. But
Well, that's why they sent us. I'm still there, right?
Yes.
we
yes,
are
yes,
now.
Yes. we were told you were ready to leave today, and we have to go now. It's almost time for the tide. I can't believe the captain's not here.
Okay, so I need a deception test. This is a good story.
Say we try and find a second ship on this one. I think this one's gonna sink us. But let's see what happens.
My dice hate me.
I'm not looking so fabulous.
A 12 is not great.
Better than an 8.
Let's see. You have 2 adds to a roll. That would get you over the 15 mark.
Buying it?
All right.
Or do you want to keep going in the directions? He's like, no, I'm pretty sure we're not leaving for another few days. I think you must have heard. You must be talking about a different ship, maybe, or.
Yeah, can you point us in the direction of the ship that's leaving today?
Oh, geez. I don't keep track of other ships. That's enough work just to get this thing ready to go.
I think we may have to do investigation and see if we draw some unwanted attention and just have to deal with that.
All right, I'm gonna go do some investigation.
Yeah, I agree. So Priya already rolled investigation. Let's see what happens if we all kind of
Yes,
And,
22.
nice. Nice.
Got a 19. Yay!
I haven't
and a
even
bonus.
rolled yet. I'm not gonna ask
You're not gonna roll.
Jack. I'm gonna sit with Lottie and just mind my own business.
Okay. A little more asking around. There is another ship that is due to set out. It is supposed to set sail today.
Okay.
You can, as you ask, you can notice that there absolutely is, like, you can see things are being finalized, the sails are being taken up, and the rigging is going into place. It's a bigger ship.
That's the one
Okay.
we want.
It's it is not we.
It's not what?
It is not we.
It is not we.
It is not we.
Well, that's okay as long as it's leaving.
Yeah,
But
does
it's-
Is
it
it
have
leaving?
That's the one we want.
It's
Does it
crew.
We
have
don't have
crew,
to ask
yeah.
to be captain. As long as they have crew spots or they're willing to take our money, it's all that really matters.
We're looking for. We just need a spot on a ship.
Okay, so you're
What is it? Is it a
And
galley?
a spot for our nobleman.
okay. So you're just so I follow the plan. I thought the plan was you guys were going to try to, like, pretend to be the captain and just take a ship.
This is a
Well,
fluid
we were
plan.
going to.
Okay.
This is
It's
a
a fluid
fluid
plan.
plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are you trying that con again, or are you back to trying to book passage?
I mean, that almost did
well,
the
let's
first
see.
time.
Let's see
In
what's
my investigation, did I find out if it had a captain?
It does, but again, they are not down here in port. No, actually, he is down here in port. He's at one of the taverns having one last drink before they set sail.
Oh, okay. I go to the tavern. Do I know where the tavern? Can I talk to Saffron? Can she tell me what tavern he's in? Does
This
she
one,
know?
I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
Can we get the name?
Absolutely. The tavern is simply known as the Albatross.
Oh yeah, no, that's not foreboding.
And the ship isn't known by the Albatross, so that's okay.
And that's actually what it says on the placard underneath it. It's the tavern,
the
not
bars.
the ship. The ship is the Resolution.
The resolution.
The Resolution.
Wow, this is a very prim and proper ship.
Ah,
It's, like, as I said, it's not we. It is a solid merchant ship. Several hundred tons of cargo can be loaded.
Okay.
I'd almost recommend that Captain, you and Lottie make your way on, and maybe Jector as well, make your way on as if you already know your booked passage on this ship and you have arrived, and now
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
waiting for the
I
captain.
think that's the plan.
Yeah, I
It
think
should
that's a
be
great idea.
three-quarters.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Saffron, are you coming with me?
Yep, I'm gonna come with you.
All right. So, do we know the captain's name?
You do some asking around.
Yeah.
The captain is known as God, that's a darn good question. Who is the captain of this thing? Greatheart.
Greyheart?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'd like to bust in. Maybe Saffron, would you like to play a tune as we walk in? Because I want this to be a very hearty sort of
Yes,
party
of course.
atmosphere. Thank you. So I walk in and I say, Captain Greatheart of the Resolution, I'm here to sing your praises.
Bum, 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 bum.
A very large, very healthy. No, not healthy large.
Just large.
Unhealthy.
Very large. A man who has never turned down a meal in his life.
Never met a meal he didn't like.
He might not have liked them, but he just didn't turn them down. Turns from the bar to look at you. Aye? And you can see that if he moves another inch along the bar, he's going to keeter over on his side.
Good. Okay. I go up and I clap him on the arm and slap him on the back and I say, another round.
Yes,
For me and the
another round.
captain.
We're sailing into the mists. Another round indeed for no sober man. leaves
I'm
this
gonna play
port.
background music. It's just a little. It's adventurous music. This is an adventurous man.
And the barkeep kind of glances at him and glances at you. You're sailing today, aren't you, sir, Captain? Aye. Do you think you might want to cut back a bit?
No, sir. Give us
Oh
your
no!
strongest.
Yeah, put this guy under the table. Absolutely, just get him hammered out of his mind.
He sails best when he's knockered.
Okay.
He is not going to turn down the drink.
Awesome. And then after that, yo, Captain, was wondering if you want to put a few silver on a drinking contest.
I don't think that's quite fair, as I am quite far ahead of you.
But I'm much thinner.
Oh, I'm still far ahead of you.
The captain's full of ale already, but we know that he can hold more. This young sprightly thing thinks she can beat him at his favorite game.
I know.
I'll tell you what, Captain.
More.
For every 2 shots we take, you can take 2 shots of water while I take 2 more shots of ale. Of
Grog.
spirits. Grog, yes.
All right. Let's see the color of your coins, little girl.
I throw out 6 of my silver pieces.
No, all right, I can match that. The barkeep kind of glances at him and glances. I can't. He's taking command.
I kind of caress the bartender's arm and say, please, humor me. And then I slip him a silver piece.
And he pours some shots.
All right, so I'm down half silver.
Okay.
Right.
Not for long, though.
So-
I have faith in you.
First one, what do you drink to?
I drink to
The sea.
the tides.
Okay, the tides. Wham.
Throw him back. And I throw mine on the floor. Does he notice?
I don't know. You tell me. How's the roll look?
Sleight of hand.
Hey,
I'm gonna increase the music to distract.
16.
Nice roll.
Excellent.
Finally.
There we go. Yeah, he's wham. Out of idle curiosity. Da-da-da-da-dum. That's a good target. And then that one. Okay. And then he takes the second one up. All right, my turn. To wives and sweethearts, may they
Yes.
never cross paths.
Man.
Cheers. I throw it behind my shoulder.
And you're going to roll it again.
Oh, I missed. Ah, I'm feeling them already.
Oh, no. You cheated
No,
on that
no,
one.
reroll. Use let's reroll. God, you
Use a
can't,
reroll.
yeah. You can't lose.
Okay.
How'd that one go?
Music gets more intense.
Got another 16.
Okay. And he starts to kind of keter a bit back and forth. I think I saw you cheat on that. Thud.
Is he out?
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to the boat.
Take the silver.
Yes, absolutely. I take my money back.
As you go to pull your money back, the barkeep catches your wrist with his hand.
Waiting for this.
Sir?
You've been cheated.
I don't know what business it is of yours.
I don't know what business is of you. To be trying to schlocker up a good captain of a good ship.
Oh, here we go.
And you got-
Sir, he was slockered before I got here.
Is that your story?
I'm sticking to it. I leave.
Lets you go.
Saffron, come on.
Oh, I am. I'm like, thank you.
Brave, brave,
The tale of
brave.
the brave. We bravely ran away.
All right,
Oh,
is
the
there like
captain that day had a wonderful night. He'll sleep it off and be all right.
Willie though? Willie?
Depends on how hard he went down. So,
very, very quickly go back and
You meet back up at the the dock
section.
where it reaches out to the alongside the Resolution.
and Brayhart is nowhere to be seen.
No, you just see Priya and Saffron jogging up to you.
What did you find out about the captain?
he's out?
Captain is drunk, sir.
He's not
Out
coming
cold.
anytime soon.
He won't be coming tonight.
We got there and couldn't wake him. The bartender was trying. Nope, couldn't wake him. He is unfit for service.
Then let's do this thing.
Yes.
Oh boy, here we go. Go big or go home.
I will throw whatever performance behind him that I have to show that he is magnificent. And oh, Captain, taking part, whatever we need.
Ollie, are you ready for this?
All we have is like 2 + 2 rolls left, so roll well. Impress the DM.
We got this. We got this.
We approach the ship, the Resolution.
All right.
I've got my full warlock on
Excellent.
with Captain.
Is your captain bigger or your warlock bigger?
Yes.
Sounds so bad.
And we stroll up with Lottie in her veil and her disguise, and say we understand your good captain has been not so good, and we've been sent to replace him.
The first officer comes out of the captain's cabin with a set of charts, and he kind of glances. What?
Your good captain has been in dereliction of duty and has abdicated his responsibility to this ship, which is set to sail at this very hour. And at this moment, he is incapacitated and has proven himself unworthy of this particular post. So we are actually coming aboard to command the ship as per your owners.
Well, this is highly irregular.
It is highly irregular.
You have the letters from the company confirming the change of charge, correct?
Yes, absolutely. And we have our noblewoman here who is also part of the passage that we must carry with us. She's a very important person that we must take with us on our journey.
Well, let me see the papers.
Papers.
I'm going to flourish some papers and just I've got to have some generic papers in here somewhere.
You got parchment.
Yeah, I'm trying to do some. I was trying to figure out how to do some deception with it. Ooh,
Yeah, I'm looking for what spells I have that could possibly.
I could charm person.
Minor illusion. I have minor illusion. I could.
That might work.
Now-
That might work.
Bear in mind, at this point, casting minor illusion, I believe, is noticeable.
That is true.
Prestidigitation. Whoa. Okay, so I'm gonna bring out a handful of papers, and just as they go to grab it, I'm gonna have prestidigitation throw a wind across the ship and take them off into the ocean.
There you go.
Bear in
nice.
mind, prestidigitation is
Nice
still like there is a verbal component to it. There's
yes.
a magic word involved.
All right, give it to me. I'll
Yes.
hand it to him. All right, here we go.
Okay. And I will
Alright, I'm
turn
gonna hand
around
some
and
to
go,
Look,
flubber tub it.
really, at this point, I want everyone to know we are gambling with our lives. If this does not work, we are all dead. All right, go.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
That would be
So-
Trevor's way of asking anyone that's watching if you've got 500 channel point or 250 channel points to spend to add to their future rolls. Now's a good time to do that.
That is the buyer in me. Yes, that is true. That is the buyer in me.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna walk and be like, look, my madam has told you we have the papers. Here are the papers. Let me,
I'm going to turn
fumble
slightly
with them.
around and do flubber wind,
and I'm
which
gonna
calls
like
forth
take my time, kind
the
of,
wind.
and then
poof.
hopefully this works.
Okay. Deception, please.
Me or him?
And whose part?
Oh, there we go. We have a +2 to a future roll now.
Oh, nice.
You all owe it. So you're sitting on +6 possible.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Okay, so who's rolling deception?
You would be. You're the one making the. You're the one selling this.
This is a great idea.
You got
Okay,
this.
here we go. Holy
About time.
Holy God. That's a +0, everyone. You're welcome.
You are awesome. I'm so proud.
The young upstart just stole a ship.
Holy God.
There's a reason they call her the upstart.
Oh my God. Can't even believe that worked.
Gentlemen, I am your new captain.
Yes.
Feather aboard.
Feather aboard.
Oh, I'll send you the clip of that later. Because that one's getting saved.
Oh God.
That's awesome.
He was saving it. He was saving it.
Oh yeah. I have some post-production work to do tonight. I have to go through and gather up some of these clips to share.
I hoped that this would work. I'm so glad that it did. Now, show me to our cabin and our nice noblewoman, Miss Lottie of the back.
Von
Everwitch.
Everbridge.
Eberkovich.
Lady Evervitch.
The first mate starts to lead you back towards the captain's quarters. The ship is not. I mean, it's a cargo vessel. And it does not sport great cabins. Most of the crew sleep down in the cargo hold when they sleep. But there is a decent captain's cabin. He opens the door for the captain. And I'm sorry, I didn't catch. What was the name of our passenger again?
Lady Evervitch.
Von Ebervich?
Yes.
You are
Lady
familiar
Von
with the Ebovich family.
The name has been spoken before.
You don't seem keen on it.
No. All is fine.
Thank you.
Absolutely is fine. We will continue the preparations and prepare to set sail on
Within
the tide.
the hour.
As
Yes.
possible. Yes.
Well, within the hour or on the tide?
Post haste
On the tide.
On the tide.
On the tide. Sir.
Sure.
On the tide.
So in 3 hours.
Indeed.
Fine.
Okay.
Well, because I don't think we can get out without
No.
the tide.
Exactly.
So we don't really have a choice.
Let's go below decks for 3 hours.
Okay. You can get out without necessarily having the tide at the high. I
Okay.
mean, you can do it. It's not preferred. You have to, your pilot has to be on their game.
I recommend not shaking up this crew too much, but Captain, you do what you think is best.
3 hours could give our guy time to.
I'm giving a sense that Hyena Boy wants to find us, and so
And we do have a drunk captain who might wake up. That's true.
Oh, yes.
I think the schooner the better.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm afraid at this one instant, within the hour is going to have to be our preferred, if our target, if not preferred, way of sailing.
Make haste, jury that rigging and pilot that shipping and poop the man
Sir?
deck and man the poop deck and
How long ago did
He's
Got
always
all
like this when he
those
starts.
net.
How may we be of help to the crew?
Yeah, no, I'm considering we've been crew members. I literally asked the first mate how I can, where do they need help?
I just climbed the mast.
Presley, I know where to go. This is what I do.
Yeah, I'm just asking where the first mate where he needs the most help.
They're ready to go. They've been waiting for the tide.
Okay, well,
Then
let's go out early.
tide and-
Wait for the tide.
This ship with this crew.
All right. we'll sound quarters and inspect the crew and prepare to put out.
Happy to talk to you.
Okay. I'm
Excellent.
going to insert myself into the crew.
Okay. A drummer steps up near the main mast and starts to beat to assembly.
Beat to quarters. Mm-hmm.
And people start to wrap up what they're doing, put things down, start to line up by sections.
Weigh anchor.
You're gonna be knockered by the end of this.
That's the
You
goal.
got, yes, everybody heard you.
Yep.
That's okay.
And we
That's
all would
okay.
like a refill. Thank you.
Really, I'm seriously thinking I'm gonna go get
Captain, what do you have in your stein? Oh,
Ah, nice.
What is it? What is it?
Guinness.
Just a Guinness.
Guinness?
Guinness is goodness.
Guinness is goodness.
Oh, what was it? My goodness, my goodness. That was the ad
My
slogan.
goodness. One, my goodness.
Goodness, my goodness.
Old Smoky, which also makes moonshine, makes a whiskey. This is salted caramel.
ooh.
Old Smoky from the yeah. I know the
Gatlinburg.
I know the yeah.
Oh,
No.
wow.
Oh, I know it. I know it well. When all the times I go driving down there.
Yeah.
Is it
good
good?
stuff.
Wouldn't the caramel be distracting from the whiskey?
Mm-mm.
No,
It's
they make a
so
good old
smooth.
moonshine though.
Oh yeah, all the
Nice.
moonshines are good too. They've got one that's like an apple pie.
I love apple.
Been to Gatlinburg?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. It is like the craziest circus city you've ever been to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking
It's
of
a lot
circuses,
of fun.
the crew starts to assemble. There's probably 100+ people here lining up. Each section counts off. The first mate turns to the captains and says, "We are not yet ready to set sail. We are short one. One crew unaccounted
literally-
for.
What are you
Who's
short
that?
for?
I believe it's one of the riggers."
Well, literally, Priya can do that, or I can do that. We can do this.
So we set sail without our assigned complement.
Absolutely.
Well, considering you have a complement of +2 to assist.
Well, it's not a
Plus
lack.
3.
It's not a lack of manpower. It's the shortage of someone assigned to the ship.
Who was assigned to the ship?
He glances over, and the carpenter's mate calls out that it's a young. Need a name again. I hate you guys.
Thank you.
No problem. Ooh, I like that one. That'll work. A young Karina is not yet back aboard. She was here half an hour ago.
How long has she been on the ship?
This will be her second trip out with us.
Well,
we
we
can go.
can do double the work and
Yeah, we
make
got
up
it.
for.
We're
young Karina.
seasoned. We're seasoned. We got to go. You've heard the captain. It's time to go.
Also, why did she
Intimidation.
leave the ship when she was half an hour from sailing?
Respect the hat.
Not very good.
All right.
That
If-
literally, I rolled an intimidation of 22. It is time
Oh,
to go.
meant
Time
to
to go.
be.
Natural 20. It is time to go. You heard the captain. It's time to go.
Oh, I know why I didn't see that. Okay, hold on. Let me get that back up. There it goes. Now that's up there. I'm like, you did? Because I'm glad.
I did. I rolled a
here.
natural 20 +2. It is time to go. The captain has told us it's time to go.
Not
It's
messing
time to
around.
go.
Right. Very well. Sound to stations. Get ready to make sail.
I
All
know.
hands to the capstan.
Everybody, we're just going to go with it.
Guys, if we ever come back here, we are so screwed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just saying.
Yeah, let's hope we don't end up back
Make a
here.
note. Don't
You're-
come back here.
We're gonna have 100 people under our command that we're gonna have to figure out what we're doing.
Yeah, no. We're going to hope to God that that's not the case. We're just going to go with this right now.
We're going with this right.
Yep.
Best plan in the
We're
moment.
living,
The
living it.
first mate is not used to a crewman shouting at him, but absolutely doesn't. I mean, okay.
Have you called us before?
Who's the first crewmate? What do you
Well,
say?
I want to be clear. I wasn't telling the first mate what to do. I'm just reinforcing that this is what the captain has said, and this is what we have to do. I want to be clear on that. I am not challenging the first mate's spot.
And after all of that, when I catch their eye, I wink at them.
And then
There you
can
go.
have these.
Oh, you're okay in my book. You're gonna be okay
There you
with
go.
us. Don't
There
worry.
you go. There you go. I'm just the guy in the middle of the crowd who gets it all stirred up. Captain said it's time to go. It's time to go.
All right. The
And
cabin
sort of-
boy continues to, beats to stations. Everyone heads up. 6 men rush to the capstan, start to turn it. And you hear that familiar sound of the chains pulling the anchors up.
Is there another name that it should be under?
The sails start to come down steadily and slowly.
I'm gonna pay for this with the first mate later. But that's
They
fine.
start to pull up the various the various bow lines coming off the
about
dock. And then as you get about halfway through the process of getting the ship ready to fully cast off, you hear someone from the aft castle up where the wheel is shout out, "There's young Karina."
Ah,
That's
Okay.
Can she jump and make it?
Oh, no, she's jogging up the dock
oh, cool. Okay.
with a knoll beside her.
I wave.
Ooh.
Ah,
No.
is it our Noel friend?
So what's your plan?
Get the flock out of there.
Yeah, are we? You said we're in the process of getting out. How much time does it take us to get the rest of the way out?
Go, 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 gun it.
You might be able to make sail. The catch is you also have a crew that's about to leave someone behind, while a witch hunter and his second, as well as a small complement, are shouting for the ship to stop.
Well, Karina, does she look like she's running from them?
No, she's leading them.
Is she far enough? Is she ahead of them, or are they right with her?
They're running together.
Yeah, no.
Captain, tell them what to do.
Keep going. Run.
All right. Distraction.
Go,
does,
go,
does,
go.
anyone, does anyone have the ability to set a fire somewhere on the dock?
With prestidigitation, can I make it look like I have?
That's a single sense illusions.
We're not within 60 feet of Karina, are we?
You will be.
Well, if she's running up the dock, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm suddenly very nervous about what you're
Because
playing.
if the dock's on fire, we can be like, "Dear God, no, we can't go back to the dock. The dock is on fire."
Right.
Okay. Has she had any changes in her diet or treats or anything?
I don't have anything.
In the last couple days?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Has Thunderwave?
Thunderwave could like make the waves go, right? If you
Well,
Thunderwave
I don't know.
underneath.
Could it
Can it
make
push
the
us
dock?
out?
Or could it make the plank fall off or the?
Unsecured
Sure.
objects that are completely within the area effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you by the spell's effect.
Anything else that she might
How much attention would I attract if I, no, never mind. Sent a blast in their direction.
People would notice that you're attacking them.
A lot. Yeah, I was say that'd be quite a bit.
Okay.
The first mate, who's at the helm, turns to the captain. What are we doing?
Okay.
We're going.
We're
as
leaving. We're
quickly as
leaving her,
possible.
and he obviously has business with us.
There's no business the witch hunter would have with us.
I scream from up above. She's not to be trusted.
There you go. Give her a persuasion roll. See if that will work.
Okay.
Okay,
Shall I?
let's go for it. Sure.
Is she up to date?
Come on. Nope.
Come on,
nope.
please.
Nope.
Oh,
So I want to move through the crew because I'm gonna guess that most of the crew are not comfortable with a Witcher being on board.
Oh, that's a
For
good point.
Knowles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can kind of, in the crowd be like, oh no, bad luck, keep him off. Oh, it's scary. He's gonna be after young Fred. Just kind of move through the
okay.
crowd to try and, and see if the crew can be like, oh, we don't want that. That's bad luck. We don't want them on board. Let's get out of here, kind of thing.
Let's hear it,
Okay.
or rather, let's see it.
What do I roll? Shit.
I don't know. You tell me. What are you doing? Are you performing,
I think I would roll
or are you
probably
persuading?
performance or persuasion.
You tell me.
Which one's
They're the
higher?
same.
Or
so-
deceiving.
They're both +5, so I'm gonna go with. Oh, deception is also +5. All right, we'll try deception and
Okay.
I don't. Can I use prestidigitation to augment it and just be like, oh,
Now, remember,
yeah,
they can
that's
tell you're
not
doing they
Yeah.
can tell
gonna
you're doing magic
happen.
when you do that.
That's a 10.
That's a not bad.
That's a
That's an
success.
average.
Yeah. Yeah.
So some are, but not enough to.
Well, there's starting to be fear now that the ship's cursed.
Oh God.
Well, that the Witcher that close, of course.
No, we don't. We don't. I try persuasion that the curse is outside the ship, and that we don't want the Witcher anywhere near the ship. Do you see what he looks like? He's not human.
He'll bring it upon us.
Yeah.
All right. Put the bone on the table and see what it turns up.
Oh.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm just gonna. We've committed to this route, so I'm just gonna try it. I'm just gonna do an intimidation roll. Just a general malaise of, come on, crew, let's get this ship going. We don't want any Witcher on board with an intimidation roll.
Sure.
No.
No.
Oh.
No.
Everyone is thoroughly unimpressed.
Okay.
Yeah,
I am.
see that.
I am the acting. I am the captain.
You're the captain, so everybody should be listening to you.
Therefore, I'm thinking a performance role of I'm the captain. You don't disobey the captain. Otherwise, how can we trust what's going on at sea?
Dear God, I hope you make this roll.
True. Yeah.
This is a performance role
Okay.
to keep them doing their job because they are the crew.
And I'm putting up the sails completely.
Oh,
as
that's
he does
good.
that. Ooh,
There
That's
we go.
And
There
I
we
can
go.
go over by the
Okay, no,
steering
and
help with
wait.
steering.
Rob, how many +2s do we have?
You don't need any more than that.
Okay, you sure? Okay.
Yeah, that'll carry you.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, the crew starts to they see the captain take charge, and we have a job. We need to get out of here. There's a reason we're putting to sea right now. We can do that.
let's do that.
And
Heave ho.
the sails come down, and the ship starts to slide forward. As you watch, the Knoll and his companions get to the side of the ship, and are able to throw grappling lines up.
No. Nope. That's a bucket of nope.
I'm way up high and I see this and I yell to you two because I don't know
Yep,
where the
I'm gonna
captain
go
is.
over to the
No!
nearest one and take out my dagger. I'm gonna try and get the grappling hook off or cut the rope. So
I'm just cutting lines.
Okay.
yeah, I think
What do you
probably
need?
works better. So I'm gonna do that too.
We're not really in combat yet, so go ahead and give me either strength or dexterity, whichever's higher.
Strength or dexterity.
I'll let
You just
guys
want a
decide.
straight strength or dexterity roll?
Yeah.
Woo, 21.
Nice.
Oh no, 10. Terrible.
Ooh.
Okay, Priya's, you're still too far up to do anything.
Oh,
Unless you want to take a shot with like a bow or something.
no, I was just telling them where it's at.
Fair enough.
Oh, maybe I should take a shot with a bow though.
Yep. I think
Would
you
that help?
I think
Can't
you
hurt.
should. Yep.
I don't know if
you
it would help the
absolutely
crew trust us, but
Well, it depends. Do you aim at one of the guys climbing the side of the ship, or do you aim at where the grappling hook's attached?
And maybe at the ropes or where they're attached. Yes.
Okay, that's a good shot. The ships can take it. So we're all watching for the die to roll. Did you?
Me?
Yeah.
I got a 14.
Well, that was your dex save. I need an attack roll.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Sorry.
I don't have a bow.
You don't?
oh, that's a
That's a
problem.
problem.
Well, that doesn't
That's
I
work.
a
have a
problem.
bow,
That doesn't work
but I'm
then.
using the dagger.
Never mind.
Yeah. Never mind.
Never mind. Unless you could
I'm not gonna throw
throw
my
a
sword.
short sword
No.
No.
No, I'm good. I'm just up there being like, hey.
over there. Okay. The lines are coming off. The ship starts to slide out. There's one line left for the Knoll himself. He's coming aboard one way or another.
Who can cut this?
I
I
can
can
cut it.
try and cut it again.
I can too. It's up to you.
It's
You tell
dexterity.
us, Rob.
Dex or strength, whichever one's higher.
Mm-hmm. When you guys roll it.
I'm the same as either. So
Come on,
You can always
Captain.
go over and be, I told you not to get on my ship.
Get off my ship.
If you have to, burn 2 of the +2s to get over 15 if
Yeah.
the DM requires.
If you guys are good with that, I'm good with that.
Yep.
Okay, that uses up Adam and Xander's bonuses. And that's that. The captain runs over, pulls the grappling hook loose, and dumps the knoll in the harbor.
Okay, we have got a lot of commercial selling to do on this trip. That what we did was not completely insane.
No trespassers on this ship. You don't pay for passage, you don't get passage.
Well, the good
Yeah,
news,
and we don't want any knolls on this ship.
the ship begins to slide out of the harbor.
Human only.
There's a
Well,
lot
I'm
of...
an elf.
Oh, sorry. Elves and humans only.
No fur allowed.
Exactly.
You know, do we really have to kink shame like that? It's after 10. I can make that joke.
It's okay. Anyway, you were saying, DM, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
The ship starts to slide out into the harbor. There's no tide to catch yet, but the sails are good. The crew's competent. You went in 24 hours from having no prospects, no careers, and no future to now being in command of a trading galleon.
Hey, Saffron, how about a shanty to get everybody going?
You betcha. And I'm gonna start a couple of standard sea shanties and start adding in some verses about how brave the crew of the resolution is to stick to their resolution, even in the midst of
In the end of the
foul stowaways trying to board illegally on the ship. And I'm just gonna really sing about how brave this crew is and really call out the first mate and the captain and
Propaganda.
what an amazing
Propaganda.
crew.
Just call us the Politburo.
And you put to sea with your charge in tow.
What's Lottie up to right now?
Lottie is cowering in the captain's quarters,
Oh, she's
Yeah,
not
well-
sewing anything?
content that
She
she
better be.
has escaped. Meanwhile, back at port, a knoll pulls himself out of the harbor and looks at another bounty hunter. Those fools have no idea what they've taken aboard.
Yeah, we know he's not wrong.
But that's okay. When the Banshee shows her true colors, they'll learn.
Oh, always wanted a banshee for a pet. I mean, a friend. I mean, a song. Ah, that's great.
Companion.
And then the ship puts to sea.
Great.
Yo. Oh, this is a bagpipe moment.
I'm going to go visit the captain and ask where we're headed.
Captain, if I were you, I'd ask the first mate where we're headed. It's up to you, Captain. You're the captain now.
Navigator. We figured out the navigator knows where, right?
I inquire of the navigator and the first mate what the first plan is, since I've just been put in charge.
Okay, so after the first set of credits have rolled, we get to the first post-credit scene. So
Sure.
where are we going? And the navigator goes, well, to be right honest, we're not entirely sure. No one's ever successfully carried cargo out of that ship and told the tale out of that port. The mists always seem to interfere. But that's okay, because we are the Resolution. We are confident this trip will be the one that finally breaks through.
Oh, great. That's awesome. Okay. Okay.
This can't be a one-shot. There's so much more to do.
I was going to say, Rob, you lied to us. You lied.
What? You guys had a job, and you did the job.
You set this up.
You had a
We
job.
We had one job,
And you did the
that was
job.
to get a job, and we
This
have
was-
done that.
Wait, that was your job?
This isn't a one-shot comic book. This is a limited edition comic book. There's like 3 or 4 more episodes coming.
No, this whole comic was written as a one time. If the producers want to do more with it, they can. All I wanted you to do was get Lottie out of town.
Of course you did. You
Well,
can't.
yay us!
I feel
Awesome are
used.
we?
I
Yeah, I was
can't
gonna
believe you
say,
guys
I'm
got her
a-
out of town without a single
like,
combat.
Freya.
I have 4 encounters here. We had the guys at the tavern.
I'm
We
so sorry sorry
Well,
to the audience.
but you now
that
need to
came
let us get her
for-
through the mist. Your other team needs to take a back door for a minute. This is
No.
like the difference between the X-Men and the Uncanny X-Men, where the X-Men comic becomes more popular than the Uncanny X-Men comic because it's better.
We will put another pirate adventure somewhere on the calendar.
Okay.
Well,
That's
because
fair.
okay, so here's the backstory that you didn't have. The main campaign, their last storyline, they came
Hey,
across.
whoa, don't spoil too much for us. We don't know what we're doing. I don't want to spoil the
No,
story.
this
And
won't
we're gonna do more,
This-
Rob,
this
whether you
won't-
like it or not.
this won't spoil anything.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay.
Not that you haven't already heard. Plus, it's all on YouTube, anyways.
Oh yeah, in my copious free time.
Oh, that's a fair point. Well, plus Michelle's going to hear about it later tonight, probably, anyways.
He's already told me stuff during the break.
Sorry.
Hey, you can tell him we got
Stop
body
listening
out
so he doesn't know
without
what's going on.
violence.
Lottie never, showed her.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
That is an amazing hat. I wish I
It
owned
is an
that.
amazing hat.
That is an
Were you the
amazing
Major
hat.
General? Were you a very model of a modern
I
Major
was
General?
the model of the model major model something.
Modeled.
I was generally modeled.
I need 1 second.
I feel like we're moving into Dr. Seuss territory here. Modeled, matered, modeled, doubled, fuddled, waddled.
The model
Socks in
Major's
socks,
medal
sir.
was
Someone
met
else who knows it.
magnificently with Maryland
Maryland?
the morning on Monday. Yeah, I got nothing. Sorry.
Maryland Monday was a Mondi Jondi Frondy something.
Yeah, I thought it was Monday, Thursday,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Monday. And then we go nicely into Monday.
I got
Okay.
half of my closet and wardrobe set around here that I never even got to reach for.
Monday.
The day is young.
Yes.
So in the last game, they came across a town where one of the nobles had found a way to split herself from her body and become a banshee. And then she
It's okay.
enchanted her 2 sisters with the same thing. So they would have eternal life.
Oh.
It's okay. The key point is you just need to admit, Rob, the B team is more fun. You just need to admit
Yes.
Okay.
Adam, just
I think
don't listen.
There was a Beyond Belief episode similar to this.
I won't say that, but the thing is, again, I honestly, I sat down with this with just like I was saying before we started. My plan on the evening was I'm going to throw Lizel into town with the pirates and hope they get her out of town.
And by Lizel, you mean
Lottie.
whatever. Lottie, yes.
Yes.
Oh, don't give us her real name. Don't give us spoilers. It's so
Don't
much
worry
fun
about
to her as Lottie.
Well, she's Lottie to you guys.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
Well, yeah,
and
here in a
that's-
couple of weeks we can try it again. We can get through the mist. We can prove that we're better. And that's
Yeah,
all.
Rob, we're not done yet.
No, yeah,
Agreed,
no.
Agreed.
You did this to
Become
yourself.
like it'll become like a running competition between the teams. Who's better?
well, I'll freely that part of the fun has been me just kind of like not having anything going. And just like, it never occurred to me that you guys were going to try to go, well, let's pretend that we're captains.
You've gamed with me? How long have you gamed with me?
To be fair, I've
All
only
of the-
gamed with him for the Sherlock stuff, so he has
That
no
crazy
idea.
stuff we've done through the years.
But most of that back crap crazy stuff ended up with somebody in the hospital,
That's
figuratively
true.
speaking.
That's true. There were a few. that
We were
legit
very
did,
grateful
but
for
it's
our
okay.
dock wagon contracts through
That's
those
true.
games.
Yes. Just a few years of Shadowrun gets you ready for life.
It's true. I do think the best part of that was watching Rob's reactions when we did stuff.
Yeah, no.
And
Look at Matthew now. He's like a totally different man.
Where'd the captain go?
and the beard comes off too, I'm sure.
I was trying to see if I could find my haggis to show you.
Oh.
It's not a phrase you hear very often. Hiding.
Well, keep us posted, Rob. Yeah.
What's that, Matthew?
I like seeing Rob's disappointment when we, bypassed the combats he had set up for us.
Every time.
I just can't believe I rolled a natural 20 on intimidation to get the whole damn crew to let the shit go. I'll take that one.
Amazing.
Well, that's the
I'll
thing
take it.
is like, okay, there's a lot of different ways things can go, and you guys managed to do like you made good decisions. You had some bad rolls, you had some good rolls. You mostly had terrible rolls.
Yes.
Yeah.
With
But
Yeah.
we had them where they counted.
yes,
Yeah. Well, thank you, audience, for like buying us some good rolls.
Yeah, amen.
Look, it's one of the perks of streaming it, and it is a lot of fun to do that and have that going. Plus, you know, it creates a neat archive. The only thing I haven't been able to do is turn these into podcasts because I'm not entirely sure that a 3-hour D&D session is. I'm not Matt Mercer yet.
Yeah.
My husband listens to so many. This is fine.
This 3-hour
Right.
podcast of this would be just general traveling music.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do the happy hour. I got that podcast up and going. So Tuesdays I sit down with another old fart, and we talk about the good old days of D&D, and bring our collective wisdom to the masses. That podcast is up now.
What is it called?
It's called Happy Hour at the Old Timer Tavern. It's on Spotify. I will send you the link.
Yes, please.
And actually, I will link it in chat here in just a second.
Rob, I sent you the pictures of the Gary Gygax original 3-volume 1970 something version. My parents used to, map out a dungeon on graph paper in the 1970s
Mm-hmm.
around the dining room table, rolling dice.
Oh, yeah.
Who didn't do that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
I did that before I knew about D&D. I used to make stuff on graph paper.
Yeah.
My oldest brother would do it until he got bored in it, and then he got
Yeah, I've
interested
got
in
some-
girls, and that was it. He didn't want to run for us anymore.
Oh,
Really, that was never a dead stop for me, but I get it.
well, we're not
It
on.
was not that kind of town.
Okay,
I
I will
understand.
throw this in the chat,
College, however.
and then I will throw it in our chat. Curiously enough, we're not on iTunes yet, but we are on Google Podcasts.
Oh,
You
fun.
did mention that. That's true.
I did not. I think we're still waiting for Apple to approve it
For sure.
because Apple.
Terrible. Yeah, trust me, I don't want to talk about those terrible human beings right now.
Oh dear. Going well, you say.
So yeah, I'm not quite to the point where like I'm ready to put my D&D games up there yet, but they do end up on YouTube. I do archive them there,
There you go.
and it's fun to kind of get out there and share because sometimes it is neat to just wander into a game store and just plop down next to a table where people are playing and just watch.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing that I appreciate for those that enjoy doing that.
My brother in Florida was texting me, and so I sent him a text for the link, and he just said, "What am I watching?"
Magic.
You're watching a D&D
magic.
game. That's what it
A
is.
new era.
Well,
Adam is zenned out on the couch listening to us.
oh, really?
My husband kept
like-
walking behind my computer, making funny faces and sneaking. Like, what are you doing?
I apparently got too loud because I didn't just get a please quiet down. I got a customer just complained.
Oh,
That just means you were having that much fun.
Yeah.
see? So that's why we should be your main group.
that's a good.
You guys need to find a way to separate that room, like
Yeah.
some sliding panels or something.
Well, we've got the
Some
green screen usually acts as a bit of a buffer, but I need to probably just be more aware of myself, be more zen when I DM.
Sure.
That's
Sure.
all. That's all I got to
Quieter
do.
fun.
Just gotta be more zen when I'm doing this.
Sure you do.
Okay, I am going to see. I think we're pretty much wrapped up for the night.
Yep.
But
But
But we're not finished.
yeah, I agree with Priya.
No, we're pretty
You
much
need to
wrapped
let
up for
us
the
know when we can be better than the other team, when the B team can show that we are better than the A team.
Yep.
okay, well here's the full story behind that.
Instead of our plans coming together, they're totally made up.
I've already got 2 people, so I only have 2 more seats at the table. I might already have a 3rd seat filled, but I do want next month to start a weekly game for the Candlekeep Mysteries.
We want to finish this one,
This
whatever this is.
I don't know where this is going.
That's the
Neither do
that's the
we.
best game.
It's going through the mist.
Yeah, we're just looking forward to making it through the mist and what you're
We're
going to
going through the mist with a banshee waiting to burst.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's a story in
Christine
itself.
Banshee on a boat.
What could go wrong?
I'm
We're
on a
leaving
boat.
Ravenloft.
I'm on
This
a
is
boat.
good.
Are you though? Can you really? I mean, Ravenloft is like an entire domain built around. You can check out anytime you like.
Yeah, I know. It's an amazing, amazing scene. Really, does anyone here strike you as someone who's just going to check out at the first sense of adversity? I mean, she's got a model of haggis in her house. Is Saffron going to check out? No.
Fair point.
She's got an admiral's hat, a captain's hat. No.
Banshee on a boat with a boat about to list. Here
That's
we are
right.
to manage the mighty mist.
We will make this.
That's fair. That
We are
is
already cooler
fair.
than we could have been singly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And really, if we don't make your other team envious, what is the point of life?
The other team already is envious. My husband is part of the other team. He's been watching the whole night.
Awesome. Is he like making notes on how he's gonna
Hopefully we're not making your life worse, Priya. Something you can hold over him and just,
amping up the competition?
No,
Yeah.
just during the break, he was like, I want to tell you about this. I want to tell you about this. And I was like, no.
I don't need to know. Thanks so much. We're good.
Well, he knew where this was going. He knew where this was going. I don't know enough other people who do this, so I don't know where to send everybody from here. So we are going to go hang out with Rocket Sage because she is just fun. So if you're watching on Twitch, I am going to be sending everybody from here over to her channel. She is a ton of fun. She is a geologist who likes to live stream
We talked about her.
geology. She just usually does. She also games sometimes. It looks like tonight she's playing Valheim, which is like the big new awesome amazing crafting game. It's kind of like a Minecraft with better graphics that everyone is really into.
Wait,
So,
say the name again.
Valheim.
Valheim.
Yep, it's on Steam. It's an early access, so that's what she's playing tonight. But she's a great character.
The world of Val.
As a teacher, it's so neat to see someone so passionate about their stuff because she sounds weird. She loves rocks. So we're gonna go over
because she
there
rocks.
because she rocks. Well,
Okay.
she is the Rocket Sage.
Wow, that is amazing.
Solid.
I could not be this witty.
And then tomorrow night we're back with the A team. Tuesday I'll be back here with Gray for the Old Timer Tavern. And I think
You know the B team is enjoying that, right? We're just enjoying that you have to say the A team and you're like, A team.
We are.
Next month I'm going to be starting up the Candlekeep Mysteries. So some of these characters might be back, or at least the players will be. And then obviously there will be some group chats within this group because I don't think they're going to let me off the hook. I think there's going to have to be some piratical future. So on that note, thank you everybody for coming by. Thank you for helping them succeed. Until the next time we all get to the gaming table.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey.
Most importantly, make sure you wear a mask and above all else, stay safe.